Thank you.
Everyone. Oh wait, there we go.
Oh, can y'all hear us now? Hey, Sam.
Excuse me. All right, it should be sound now.
Can y'all hear us now?
If we switch screens, we might have to redo it. But anyway.
Oh my God, y'all still can't hear us?
No, now we're good. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know it's a delay.
I'm just making sure. Hey, Brianna. Hey,
what up,
is it Jamari? Hey, Justin. Tio, Brianna.
Gotta turn this on.
Hey, Leah.
Yeah, as soon as we was about to start, we realized the audio was acting funny.
Yeah, I did an update. Well, this required me to do an update, so I guess it knocked out some of our settings. Hey, Ashley.
You see?
Call me Jammy for sure. I like that. I have a cousin that we call Jam. Her name is Jamila, but we call her Jam her whole life. Hey, African gal. You see our glasses? Ting, 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 ting. Hey, Melody. How's everyone doing? Is everyone ready for Easter tomorrow? Hey, Bex.
There you go.
There's a horn.
Wait, that's what I'm trying to... No,
you rushed me all these minutes leading up, and you don't have the one thing on.
I do have the one thing on. You don't get to use it, though. Talking about it.
Turn me up.
What's going on, y'all?
Oh my gosh. Right. Hey, Terry.
All right, so what do we know we're doing this week? We have...
Me.
We have... Am I the A-holes?
Yeah, we have Am I the A-holes again this week. I kind of missed those after a while. I know y'all want to talk about a lot of the stuff that's been going on in the internet world. It's been a lot. I don't think
the rest of it we probably pretty much going
free ball.
Yeah, we're going.
What y'all got to eat? We ordered pizza.
Oh yeah, it's over there by the way.
Yeah, but
what'd you get with it? Wings?
Yeah. But I'm not hungry. But I was hungry when I ordered, but now I'm not hungry. This live always kind of throws off my appetite just a little bit.
Nah, I wasn't hungry at all. Maryland and Delaware.
Yeah. And where are you from, Jamie? Hey, Aaliyah.
Pasta.
Ooh, pasta. I never have enough pasta. A tuna melt. I keep trying to understand tuna melts, but...
She can't get with hot tuna.
I can't get with cheese on tuna.
You don't like hot tuna either.
Yeah, I don't like hot tuna. It just feels weird to me. But I love hot crab meat, hot shrimp, hot fish, all that other stuff. But tuna, I've only had it, one way, which is cold with mayonnaise and relish, either on a sandwich or with macaroni noodles, cold. So when people get like tuna melt sandwiches, and I remember my mom had one. She was like, "This is the best tuna melt I ever had in my life," and I was just like, "I want to try it, but I know I'm not gonna like it." Hey, BB. Oh, Cleveland. Okay.
We ain't getting no special pizza.
Yeah. I'll be eating a flatbread pizza later on, but as of now, snacks and sipping on Douce. Okay, Tio.
Trying to show out tonight. I ain't had Douce in a minute. Have you had Douce?
I don't really like dark liquor,
plus
so I never really.
So there's that.
Jay-Z's liquor.
I didn't say you don't know who it is. You still never
I'm
had it.
just saying, yeah, like it's like not to say he don't have culture, but I mean it's not. It's Jay-Z.
Who liquor you drank though? Who liquor you drank then? That's so high.
I didn't make a cultured statement like you just did.
But you said what you said because of what I said. So
when I think of culture, honestly, I just think of like wine. Like certain types of wine. But yeah, I can't. Brown liquor just always tastes so like bleh to me.
Oh, Bex got her nails done. Now she can't
me
talk
too.
to us.
What Terry say? Doggone store where I used to get my chocolate chip muffins stopped delivering to my address. They should have kept you in the loop in the delivery zone. All them muffins they was feeding
They're gonna find out. They're gonna learn today. We got we was able to order from, did we say this last time?
What? No, yeah, we didn't.
That we ordered from a Guy Fieri spot.
I don't remember.
Anyway, he got a spot in Philly, and they still
they delivered on DoorDash all the way from Philly. It took a while, but it wasn't like, you know, hours. It just took a little longer than the traditional like DoorDash time, and it was good too. They have these French fries that what are you talking?
You can't do that. You don't even know what it's for. Cut that out.
That's a grown man drink right there. Puts a little hair on your chest. I believe it. I can't do Hennessy, and I could kind of do what's the name? What's that whiskey? Oh, Jack Daniels. Like, but it's got to be like in a hot toddy or like honey Jack or something with some other things going on. I can't ever just drink it straight. Hey Ellen. Make sure make sure I wasn't an eye. I got my iPad right here.
Still doing the most.
Oh,
do you want to tell me what we doing tomorrow?
So Alex's mom is having a little Easter dinner.
That's not what I was talking about, but okay.
You said tomorrow.
Yeah.
What else are we doing tomorrow?
Oh, I guess I'm the only one doing it tomorrow at 12:30.
Oh yeah.
This
is like, really on your mind, which is so funny.
Hell yeah, that's the only thing I got going on.
So we're getting our first round of vaccinations tomorrow. Listen,
I don't do shots anyway.
Alex is your like stereotypical. What? I don't like doctors. Don't take me to no doctor. He'll Google what everything under the sun.
Hold on. Because what you're not going to do, we got to work on these made up voices for when you're trying to make fun of people. Because I don't talk like that. So talk how I talk. If you're going to mimic me,
how did I make you sound?
Yeah, I don't know. You do some old man thing. You got to stop doing that.
That's what it reminds me of.
Nah, man.
But yeah, he don't do no shots or anything like that. The last time.
That's how you gonna do me?
That was perfect, though.
It was. The last time this man had a needle in his arm was maybe like almost 5-6 years ago, because we had to give blood for our life insurance policy. And that was that. You know, I mean, he shouldn't be getting stuck with a needle all the time anyway. Right. But that was the last interaction he had with like a doctor of any sort. Like, he just gets too like scared. It's gonna be okay.
Oh, I know this is gonna be okay. I'm worried about giving blood. Like something taking the shot
that's a
is
different
not as
topic. But tomorrow you're just getting stuck with one little needle. Let's see.
Second on Friday. A lot of people getting their second ones. We had a chance to do the Johnson & Johnson, but I just wasn't feeling them.
Yeah. Oh, Bex said she getting her second shot this coming Friday.
I would much rather do a one and done one, but I don't trust them enough. I'd
so
they got too much going on.
Delaware opened up the vaccination for everybody over the age of 16 starting this week. So we try to make sure we got in as soon as possible, because I can't imagine how things are going to pick up once the weather really starts getting warmer. People start realizing that they do want to get the vaccine right away.
You don't like that sound?
Not while I'm talking.
It makes you sound sophisticated. Like you're in the room. Okay.
So anyway, we get our first shot tomorrow. Yeah, we were gonna get the Johnson & Johnson, and I just want to get it over with. But he was just like, I don't know. So I was just like, okay, we'll just wait. We'll wait and get the double shot, and so he can feel comfortable. You are a hater.
Just let me live. If you reach it first,
why are you gonna give me this if you're gonna try and control it?
Because this is what I'm trying to tell you. Come here, baby. Come here. Listen. If you hit the button first, you got it. But you can't take on to what I'm doing. Like that can I get mine? Like I can't.
This is Lex and Ebony live.
This is just like how she do with my family. Like I haven't seen them alone since I met her. It's ridiculous. It's been over a decade. Like, let me see my family alone for once. Leave me alone. Now let me push these buttons alone. If I want to just have a horn, I just want to have a horn.
Anyways. Yeah, Terry,
I can't live.
People are gonna lose their mind, Terry. Like when they realize that you can't travel, like people, and I'm talking about people who are just like adamantly not trying to do it, and they don't really have a reason that they want to really stand on. think those people will change their mind and like try and hurry up and get in line.
The J&J one, they had a recall recently, so it's going to be hard again. And that's what I'm saying.
Bex said the same thing you and Justin said. They can't even get powder right. Yeah. Hell no.
And Liv was on that too.
But I feel like even with the recall, I'm like but they didn't distribute those. They didn't recall ones that the doctors already had.
But to me, I don't want to take a chance of, any type of blowout. Plus the little 66% versus 95 and up for the other ones. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just a lot of reasons why it's just like, man, the only real big up to getting the J&J is the one shot. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that's
it's definitely better than nothing.
Yeah,
and
that sounds good to me.
My friend told me that the flu shot is only like 50-something% effective. Because when I was shocked to hear 66 was where they what the efficacy number was, and then it wasn't increasing. I'm like, this is gonna stop there. And she's like, well, the flu shot is only like 55%, maybe 54%. And I looked it up and she was right. So I never used to get the flu shot because I never had the flu. I just didn't feel the need to get it. And so I never really looked into it. But I mean, I'd rather have people have some, like, that's all that you can get to, and this what becomes available first, and do what you gotta do. Only positive to the J&J is one and done. I got the Moderna when my mom got the Pfizer. Yeah. So did you have like all the side effects? Because that's what I'm kind of concerned with too. I haven't heard a lot of people having side effects, even though it is for like a day or whatever, with the Johnson & Johnson. But yeah, I haven't heard any side effects with Johnson & Johnson, but I have heard that with Moderna and Pfizer. I can't get the shot. My allergist told me it will be wise to not get it since I have severe allergies. I'll be wearing a mask until 2056. Why? I feel like if you have allergies, depending on like what's like, I guess, I don't know. I just feel like you should be able to get it right away. Like, allergies create all kind of breathing issues for a lot of people. Nasal, blah, blah, blah. So, arm muscle will hurt for both.
Yeah, Ashley was right. The J&J started working on those when the variant started. But Moderna already made an update to their stuff for the variants too. So
my dad and brother both had the first dose and they didn't have any side effects. Okay, yeah, I asked my grandma. We definitely talked about this last live. My grandma, I feel like I did. Anyways, my grandma got both, and I asked her, did she have any side effects? She was like, no. She said, my arm hurt a little bit, but I put some rubbing alcohol on it and I was fine.
Wow, you get allergy shots every month.
Oh, okay. Terry says, but that was 5 days ago. It was like 1.5 days afterwards for me. Yeah, I've heard it doesn't last very long. Because even when his mom got hers, she was like, my arm hurt. That was like the worst of it, but it didn't last like for days. He tested for 47 allergens, and I showed a reaction to 25 of the 47 he tested.
Read the next line.
Whoa. 45. 45? Oh my God. Like, what is the craziest thing then that you are allergic to? Like, I'm thinking, all right, like grass, pollen, whatever, like the usual. Like, what's something that we wouldn't really guess right away?
Yeah. Anybody else in here allergic to anything?
That's a good point, African gal. Try not to get the shot on the arm you sleep on the
nose. Oh, hell no.
I'm a back sleeper. I'm somewhat of a side sleeper, but I'm a back sleeper. Where you see that?
RL.
Maybe it's certain kinds of water. Like, he probably have to get like a water softener, like to strain out some of those heavy metals that be in water. I'm not allergic to anything, Terry. Yeah, I think, honestly, it's funny that we're talking about this because I just went to see an allergist last week because I've never been allergic to any food or anything ever. But recently I've been having reactions, like my jawline and my neck have been like waking me up. So itchy, but I'm looking in the mirror like I gotta be covered in hives or little bumps or something, and it's nothing there. Boy, I'm gonna smack you.
Let me see.
But there's nothing there.
Look up,
Alex.
You making sure?
Anyway,
hey, I can't check. You ain't telling me nothing about none of these.
Okay.
You got bubble on your teeth.
Anyways, but yeah, and I'm thinking it's something that I'm eating, But because I've never been allergic to anything, it's like, okay, well, what is it? Because I've been eating the same thing. I haven't really eaten anything new that I can think of. But so I'm thinking it's something I've already been eating, and my body is changing, like turning against it.
Yeah, the weather definitely does it, though. I would say I can see that doing it. I'm saying
climate, like humidity and dryness and all that.
Yeah.
What's sulfites? Like, I mean, I've heard of sulfites before, but like, no, fights. I've heard of sulfites, but like, where is that found? What's that in? The dust from being in the house a lot due to COVID is maybe that's what it is, African gal, because it doesn't make sense, and it's not like I broke, like one time when I was 16, I had to take some medicine or something, and I had an allergic reaction to that, and I broke out in hives. And I had to take whatever, went away, and I haven't had anything like that since. And now it's like, okay, where are the hives? I'm itching like the same way. Where are the hives? But nothing. There was nothing there. It was scratches from me scratching like crazy. No. Same problem I have is crazy. Yeah, it's weird. We can always become allergic to things we were used to as we get older. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Tio, because I like to make these Mediterranean bowls where it's like rice, brown rice, chicken. I make a dressing that has like oregano and olive oil and lemon and agave and like Dijon mustard. Then I put tzatziki sauce and feta cheese. And I think if I had to guess, and this is the doctor asked me, like, you have any guesses? I was like, I think it might be the dill and the sauce that I'm using, the tzatziki sauce. And because it's only a small amount, whatever it is, it's not creating an issue for like my whole body. Like I can almost function throughout the day, but it does wake me up at night. So I'm like, maybe it's the dill or the oregano or something. Like it's got to be something I'm only eating a small amount of. Could be adult onset allergies. Those suck. There's no warning for those at all. Yeah, because my mom. Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, that's why I heard sulfites in wine, because Thea, your aunt, she got that thing to take the sulfites out of it. But yeah, because my mom, as an adult, she can no longer have steamed shrimp. She can only eat it if it's fried, and even then, I think it's like tricky. But she gets so mad anytime anyone around her gets to eat shrimp, she can't have it. I'm like, there's so many other things you can have, Mom. Like, you can still have fish, you can still have, chicken or whatever else that's similar. Sorry to hear that, RL. My son suffers from allergies too. I've always said that if I get allergic to crab legs or blue crab, then I have to eat them with an EpiPen by my side because I can't get that up. I don't blame you, and I kind of feel the same way.
That's like Pop-Up running around.
Yeah, his grandfather. He's like, I got my Benadryl. Oh, my mom randomly developed an allergy to apples. She can have cooked ones in small doses, but not a fresh apple. Can't even touch it. Apples aren't even like like for example, kiwi has that furriness. Peaches have that fuzz. Like little things I can feel like it just attached.
Remember, only one was attached to a sin.
Where's the?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you gonna do it?
Yeah, I know where that one at go.
Oh my gosh. Hey Star. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's just crazy that apples seem so clean and cut. Like they're like, apple a day keeps the doctor away. Like that sucks that she can't have apples, because apples are so good.
I need my chapstick.
Yeah, I got some. This area is going to destroy your allergies. I suffer every year. I'm either struggling or sleep from meds. And the thing about Benadryl is like people feel like, they'll say, oh, it knocked me right out. It doesn't do that for me. It just makes me feel super relaxed and like I could easily go to sleep. But I'm not like knocked out sleep, waking up like, oh my God, how long have I been asleep for? I sleep for maybe like not even a couple hours, maybe a little over an hour. And I'm like, I wanted my sleep. I want to feel the knocked out restfulness that everyone talks about. Shoot.
So we talked about going places when all this stuff is over, and it seems like everybody's been getting at least their first shots in. So
yeah, and that's why I want to get it too, because if I want to decide to go somewhere, or if we decide we want to go somewhere, I don't want to have to add that to the list of things to do.
Well, we already decided. The question is, when are we all like the? You know what I mean?
I think it would be safe to plan something for next year where everybody is good. You know what I'm saying? Like it won't be an issue still, like a looming issue for most people. But yeah, I want to go. I think Vegas was a good idea. You've been there, you said, right? How long did you go when you went?
Felt like a week.
A week?
Felt like a week.
Oh, it felt like a week. I thought you were going to say like, 3 days, maybe 4. Like, that's a long time to be in Vegas for a week. But it probably was like, was it 5 days or something?
Probably like that, yeah.
That's still a long time.
Yeah, but we knew it was MGM.
I guess, so if you were to go back to Vegas, would you want to stay at MGM again? Like, would it be something you would look forward to, or would you want to try somewhere else?
I liked it, but I don't think I care.
You mean
like it's Vegas? I don't think I care.
Oh, you're like, I'll be good in any of these spots.
Yeah, because it's like you leave. You know what I mean? Like, get about that wrong. You can go to any of the spots and spend your money. You know, they're
That's
all open.
True. T.O. said, I was in Vegas for 3 days and 4 nights. I felt that was too long.
Yeah, like I said, I felt like I was there for a while.
I know.
It was like a wedding situation, though, too, so.
Yeah.
For when I went.
Who got married?
One of my cousins.
I know nothing about this trip. All I know is that your great-grandmother had the penthouse suite. Yeah. That's the only thing I know from this story.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm about to say we won't be living like we were then, though. That's for sure. Or she was. I never was living like that.
Ooh, Bree said her favorite hotel is the Aria in Vegas. Every time I hear Aria in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, that's the hotel that Real World Las Vegas cast stayed in. It was the Aria Hotel. I think it was. And that reminds me, I want to get Paramount Plus.
Oh my God, this is the year cicadas are coming back. Yeah, I do want to get Paramount Plus too. What do they have on there?
Real World, and they got like all the MTV stuff, reality shows, and some other things. But I want to go for the Real World because that reality TV show was just different. It was literally like, I don't feel like any of it was scripted.
Yeah,
Only thing that might have been scripted or planned was people pranking each other because they knew they were on television.
I don't think that's a plan though. They chose to prank. You know what I mean? Like, you're right. It felt like it was just more genuine. It was more like you were getting what people really like. I think after that though, it just set the blueprint of, if I'm crazy, I can get on stuff, and then it set the blueprint on the other side of, we get crazy people to come, people gonna watch. You know what I mean? Because before it'd be like 1 or 2 really crazy people. You know what I mean? And you just know.
I remember back in, what was it, 2008 or 9 when Rhett he tried out for Real World. I helped a lot with that first day of auditions. They came to DC, and I told Rhett what he should say, because what are you pointing at?
Global. When I know.
She was okay. Let's finish this story.
Yeah, I know.
Talk about that.
I know. I didn't stop you.
Were you pointing like?
Yeah, me or her?
She was the one. You not a she.
When did you
know she was the one?
That's what I said.
So why were you pointing?
When did I know she was the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were confused. Like,
you are off your point a lot right now. I don't know if you're about to jump back on the horse, or if it already went and I should just go, or
well,
what. Like,
don't distract me.
I'm not trying to.
So, anyways, Brett, his friend from college, he was like, I don't know what story, because they on the application they ask you all kinds of different questions or whatever, and they were like, tell us a story that you find interesting or that you'd want to share with the casting directors or whatever. And I told him, tell the story about when I said, when you were robbed for your McDonald's hamburgers. And the way we worded it was like, I got robbed by Batman or something, because I knew, and it's so funny, I felt like that was so like clickbaity, but it was a real thing that kind of happened to him, and this was prior to like people being on YouTube. But anyways,
we made fun of him for a long time about it, but it was great. Well, shoot, because now I'm about to talk about the situation. Basically,
it was funny.
Long story short, he got obviously robbed from the McDonald's. He was walking back to Morgan. He was walking back to a place.
If you're familiar with Morgan,
no. Don't put our school in there.
No, it's changed now. This is it's changed now. So if you're familiar with Morgan's campus, Northwood Plaza is across the street from the campus,
And if
mainly
familiar,
from Blount Towers.
If you're familiar and you heard Northwood, then you know that it probably went down there. And anyway, he was walking back. The wildest thing about the whole situation was, dude did not ask for any of his money. He just wanted the bag of McDonald's. So
he told, go ahead.
Go ahead. He told you what?
I feel like you leaving stuff out.
Go ahead.
So anyways, he was walking back from the McDonald's, and the guy ran up behind him and was like, "Don't turn around." And he stopped him in his tracks, and he was just like, "Okay." He was like, "What did he ask him? Give me the bag, or give me what's in the bag, or whatever." Yeah, he didn't ask him for any money or anything else. He just wanted his burgers, and he said, "Don't turn around." And Rhett just stood there frozen. He heard the guy like run off, and he said he just stood there, and like then he decided to leave. But Terry said ghetto. Woo, child, the ghetto.
Don't worry, they bought it out. Ghetto. They bought out that area though, so they cleaned it up.
Oh my God. But anyways, so it was just crazy because, you know, who expects to not even at least be robbed for whatever money as well as the burgers? But the guy was just hungry.
He
apparently
just wanted some food.
So I said, tell the story that way, like with the Batman and all that. And they loved it. And while we were in line, well, he was in line, he ended up like making friends with some guy that was in line too, that was obviously there to try out for the show. And they made up a story about how they knew each other their whole lives and like really like played into this whole thing. He got a call back, but he never went back. I was like, Rat, what are you doing? I don't know what happened.
The video.
What video?
We had to shoot a video for him.
Oh,
that's where the ball got dropped.
Yeah, we didn't have no cameras or nothing back then.
I shot it.
You shot it?
Yeah, I was shooting videos.
Wait, did you shoot his video for the real world though?
No, I shot somebody else's video.
How come I never saw it?
Because you weren't that involved and it never went.
Rhett still calls me his manager to this day for
does.
that.
I am glad that he only took the burgers though. That's saying.
Oh yes, I told him he was so lucky, and I said, well, "What did you do after that?" He was like, "I went back and bought some more food." He's like, "I was hungry. Like I never got a chance to eat."
What if dude came back and took
got the next batch? Leah said that's tragic. Anytime people say tragic, all I think of is Everybody Hates Chris. And he was like, tragic. That pastor that lived upstairs.
I think the thing is too, if you knew who he was talking about, you know this man's like chipper.
Yes, Rhett is like
type dude. Like, I
know. One of these days we'll have to take our live. We'll have to
like
do
when
a
he
live
gets serious,
from
he
Maryland
gets serious.
so we can have people.
When he gets serious, he gets serious. But most of the time,
he cracks me up. He's so. The reason why I thought he would be good for Real World is because he's so like he would have been the perfect cast member because everyone would have loved him. But there would have been probably a couple people that hated him that would have really hated him because Rhett is one of those people who's like, he's really nice and easygoing. But if you like go back and forth with him, he's going to hold his ground. He gets loud. He gets all like animated and stuff. And for a lot of people, that's like, okay, you need to relax. But in my experience, everyone loves it. And he's funny. I don't know what. I thought he would have been perfect. I think of that Kim K give. Which one, RL?
Them people at that McDonald's ain't trying to see nobody outside of that joint. I highly doubt, even if they did saw him, they would have been like, tough.
I know. They were like, thank God it didn't happen in here.
Right. Keep that outside.
Next order. But I'm so glad, though, because Morgan is they bought that Northwood Plaza. They knocked the whole thing down pretty much, and they're going to redo that whole area. Like I wish I could just go back to school just to be a student and experience all these upgrades because it's so different now.
You can go back.
I know, right? I'm like, I don't care. I'm a student. I got some things I could still learn. Would you stay in the dorm?
Hell yeah.
What?
No. Yes.
You would still stay. You know they redoing Thurgood Marshall apartments.
I didn't get to be in one of those nicer dorms.
That wasn't a nicer dorm. That was just an apartment situation that looked like a dorm, but they called it apartment.
You're talking about Thurgood that was outside?
Outside of Blount.
That's nice compared to what I was in. What are you talking about?
No, it was not nice.
Have you been in OC? We didn't have visitation the whole time.
I thought you were talking about Rawlings.
Even Rawlings wasn't as good as them.
But it was newer is what I'm saying.
I don't care
Blount
about new.
And Rawlings were newer.
Look, one of them, you pretty much had your own house. Yeah, you're right. Anyway.
Why would you guys ever do a story time couples mukbang?
Hell yeah, I would love to do that.
Do that. Oh, Global asked earlier, when did you know I was the one?
Oh, I left my phone unlocked and she didn't go through. So I'm just playing. What did I know?
Try and meme me out. Try and meme me out.
Nah, I don't know. We just had a series of serious talks, conversations, and I don't know. It just felt right. It was kind of like a good friend vibe, like a really good friend vibe, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't know if there was like actually a point. It was more just like you realized like, oh, this been this, you know?
Yeah,
what I mean? Yeah.
I knew the moment I knew, and it sounds cheesy, but it was the first day that we met. It was. But I wasn't
oh,
like...
I mean, you would have fell in love with anybody. That's what I'm getting from this.
No.
Jeez.
Because I realized how nice he was. And also, he made me laugh a lot. And then that first day we met, it felt like talking to someone who, like he said, it felt real friend-based or like easygoing to talk to. And I was like, I don't know when it's going to happen, but we're going to get together. We're going to have a relationship, because I was fresh out of one and he wasn't really looking for one. It's like, okay, whatever. But none of that concerned me, because I was like, okay, it's just not going to happen today, which I'm cool with too. Like, I still got to get to know him. But I knew that day, I was like, I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
We, me and her family almost got on the
Family Feud.
Yeah, we really probably should have been on there, but then Steve messed up.
I auditioned for a game show and they tried to put me in that box. I'm like, I'm trying to win money. What are y'all doing? Production wasn't here for me.
Yeah, right.
Angry Black Man, that's the box. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, anyway, Steve Harvey, he when he read that thing wrong, it
what did he read wrong?
Remember the Miss Universe or Miss
whatever
pageant? That was when we did the auditions and everything. And they even told us, they was like, yo, yeah, y'all are gonna be, going on to the next round, blah blah. Yo, it takes a lot to do that too. Like, you can't just be in there just answering stuff right. They said they care more about you being animated than you getting these answers right.
Yeah, because it's like entertainment.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, you can sit here and answer all the questions right, but that's no fun. We want to hear the dumb answers that are going to be played in a gag reel, a month from now.
But we had to play against another family while we was up there. Cooked them. I got the winning one I stole from them. I was hyped. Anyway, but yeah, we didn't. They gave us a date, and then that stuff happened. Then everything got pushed back, and they moved from Atlanta to California, I think.
And I wasn't even going to be on. He was going to go on with my family. It was going to be my parents, my sisters, my uncle, my two. Was Jalen going to do it too?
I mean, they were all there, but it was just going to be me.
Oh, yeah.
It was just me, your uncle, I want to say your mom.
My dad wasn't doing it?
I don't think your dad was down there.
My sisters were doing it.
Charles. No, I think Kristen.
Because it can only be 5 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you, my mom, my uncle, Kristen, and Charles then.
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So really, okay, for some reason I thought I was the only one. Because they were like, my mom, it was so funny because my mom, it was like, you don't want to do it, do you? And I was like, no, you don't have to worry. I'm not doing it. Because I think she already had in her mind who the players were that she wanted. And I was like, y'all not be mad at y'all be mad at me if I lose the money or something.
It was a lot of you had to do a lot of faking, if anything. If the person if say you said a tree or something, we all knew it was bad. They expected you to be like, all right, come on. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh yeah, I like that.
Good answer.
So we was in it though. We was in our bag. It was like, oh yeah, y'all definitely gonna come back. We're definitely gonna pick y'all up. Man, I'm so mad, man. People be messing up my life. I should be. What do you win off of that? Yo, it's so funny.
You can win a car.
As much as I watch that show, I never think about what they're winning.
Yeah, I don't know why they do this, but they do. They offer cars a prize, and they offer the money. The thing like $20,000 or something.
Yeah, I just be wanting to win that game. That's what
I'm like. Y'all can at least do 25,000 or 20,000. I was on Let's Ask America. I remember that when Bill Bellamy was the host. I almost won 30,000, but got the last question wrong.
Oh,
Ariel, you be getting around. I need to check up on your YouTube channel because he made YouTube videos too. I see you on Twitter. You probably like, Ebony, shut up. You got a lot going on. I know I was saying a group trip camping, tubing, bonfire, and learning survivals. Yeah, if I did any of that.
For us?
I know you included me in this hypothetical.
Because I would like it, but yeah, nah.
Paintball hurts, but I'm down to. So before or a lovely retreat with waterfalls, yoga, and healthy cooking. I like that. I would do tubing, camping. Camping, as long as it's going to be warm, I could do camping. I love a bonfire.
That's funny. Inga's gone.
Who did? Oh, hey, Inga. Knew it's been too long since I joined the live when my son said, "Are Ebony and Lex still your friends?" Yeah. Go, son. With the free promo. Kids will call you out, boy.
Word of mouth, the best promo.
They ask you, make you do some self-reflection. Are you still friends with them?
A long time ago. At the old house.
You know, somebody tried to put on Twitter. Do you guys remember that video that went viral? That little boy asking his mother if she need the pads. He was like, "I see whatever, tampon pad." Either way,
you know, I'm a dude. I could be completely wrong.
He knew, or he had a pretty good understanding of his mother needing them, because he's like, "I seen you back at the old house." So on Twitter, they tried to put a picture of him like from that video next to like this grown man, and I'm like, he's that old.
Look at people doing that,
video. He probably like in middle school now, but this guy looked like 25 years old, but it did look like him.
Oh my god,
it did.
Yeah, we probably quoted that video for at least 4 years after that joint.
We still
I know, I just did.
Anytime somebody say the old days, I was like, we look at you like the old days. Yes, Tia, that video cracks me up. She's like, put them back. I wish I could have seen her face. I would need drinks if the activity is camping and survival. Yeah, Bags. But if we do camping and do bonfire talk, like I definitely need the hot toddy type of situation, unless it's like the summer.
Only thing I hate is spiders and snakes.
We're gonna go like if I do camping, it's gotta be on camp, like a controlled campground.
There's still spiders and stuff on them joints. Like them camp things that I went to that was in the woods for real, man. But you know, it's just the night. Once you get through the night, you're right.
I just don't want like a bear or like some mountain lion type of situation. Like I need it to be like, this is where people come to camp because they don't have to worry about any of the real life outdoor dangers. Control, you know.
I feel you, but it's still stuff out there. Global, you said as the pandemic affected our marriage, and did it bring us closer?
I think I wouldn't say it affected our marriage in a sense. I think it helped us to be more,
we were both kind of already going towards being at home. So this kind of forced.
I mean, I already pretty much was. He was the one that was like travel back and forth to Maryland.
But like I said, I already.
But literally right before he was like, or a few months before he was like, you know, I'm gonna try and be more home based. So I was like, okay, fine. And then COVID came and he had to be. So I was fine with that. I think it was sort of an adjustment for me, probably like distraction wise, because I know he's in the house. So like if I'm having, you know, when you're working on something and you get to a point where it's like, oh, I can't figure this part out, and you're supposed to just work through it and get to completion. For me, it's like in those moments I'm like, let me go see what Lex is doing, or you want to run with me to the store, like just finding reasons to stop work, you know. And it's affected me in that way, which isn't like a bad thing, but it's definitely something I'm going to miss when he starts leaving back out again. But also, one thing though that kind of like I had to adjust to was noise, because you know he works on music. I'm recording a video, or I'm editing, trying to do a voiceover. Like we have to be separated, and it's just like I have to remember, because I'm like, oh, be quiet, but I'm like, okay, well I can't like rule the whole house. So I just go find a quieter spot.
Dang. Yeah. Back to a cabin. Yeah, a cabin definitely counts as camping, but that's where the spiders is usually at, because they usually set up shop.
Oh yeah, in the cabin. I think it's global. She said.
I'm still with it though.
Couple. I'm once again asking Lex and Ebony to do a podcast, a reality TV show. My brain. You got the mittens on with your arms folded.
Who's that?
RL. I'm not. Listen, the podcast is not stopping with me. You have to address
meaning
Mr.
she
Bradley.
can do a podcast. Y'all should talk her into it. Do a podcast.
I'm not doing the solo podcast. People who do solo podcasts are on another level. Like
you're on that level.
I can't talk to myself.
You do all the time. What are you talking about?
Because I'm talking to a camera and I'm demonstrating and it all makes sense. But if I'm literally just talking to a mic like blah 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 blah, I'm gonna. That's weird to me. It's very weird.
Regularly. I think if you did it, yeah. See, or else it'll be your hype man.
Oh,
I'm not trying to sleep outside either.
Beck said, we outside but still inside. That's enough for me. Right. Yeah, I would do some glamping. That's really what I want to do. A nice RV.
Ooh, y'all went
tubing
down the river for 10 miles. Tied them together, had music in the cooler. That's dope.
We didn't camp. I'm also pretty good at driving boats.
See, you just trying to do a catamaran. For real. That's what we need to do, just a catamaran trip.
You can't.
That's like catamarans remind me of that. What's the word when it's a party, but you know it's for the older people? Cabaret. But I feel like that's the boat version.
Is a catamaran like a flatter boat?
It's the one like we got on
Jamaica.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That's what I'm saying. But I feel like you gotta be older and you know what I mean, because some people get a little too wild, especially with that little net. You gotta have some people that's able to chill out.
That net is dangerous. All I kept thinking is, what if the thing comes loose? You just in the water and you dead. You dead.
You're not dead just because you fall in the water.
That water like 60 feet deep.
Ebony.
I'm dead. If I fall in, I'm dead.
Ebony's dead. Yo,
ain't no way I'm gonna find my way back to the top.
Hold the rope. She dead. She just got. Listen. All right. So we can't get on the catamaran. That's dead. No water at all.
Oh my gosh.
Bonfires is dope. Bonfires at the beach.
Yes,
that's different.
I love bonfires.
I don't know, what's camping at the beach actually mean? Like, what are we actually sleeping in? Are we sleeping on the sand?
You can bring a tent out there. Oh, thank you, RL. He said,
I don't know if I want to sleep with sand.
He said I can do a podcast by myself. I don't know my star quality. But see, I second guess everything, and I need to feel, in order to feel comfortable, I got to bounce things off of folks around me. I wouldn't mind sleeping on the beach. I
hate the sand in my.
I've actually wanted to sleep on the beach, like to be able to sleep near the waves, like the
sound
of the waves.
You about to catch a whole nostril full of sand while you breathing in.
You hate sand. That's like your arch nemesis.
No, my arch nemesis is the animals inside the water. The sand's just annoying.
Beefy said I would mention a weekend ski trip where we can also party once I'm done with the bunny slope. Man, remember we went skiing and we got on that big slope by accident?
I kind of knew what was going on. It was.
And you let me go.
I didn't. You're following me once again.
Man, that was the worst experience ever. Like, you know how you try new things, like, oh, that was so much fun. Skiing was not that great to me. Like, and that moment specifically was probably what made me hate it, because I got on this slope that was for advanced. I didn't know that. Because looking at it from the bottom, it didn't look that crazy to me, but that's just my inexperience.
Look,
it sucked.
Beach homes make sense to me.
Oh, thanks, T-Mom.
I'm not trying. He not that nice at skiing, Justin.
Leave Justin alone.
Nah, I don't know. He probably is. We had a couple ski trips, that's for sure.
We only had one, me and you.
No, I'm talking about school.
Oh, school?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Bug spray, yes. Oh, Justin said ask Janelle.
Alright. Janelle wouldn't lie, that's for sure.
I would say Janelle ain't gonna lie for you, that's for sure.
Trust that. Take that to the bank. I don't even need to ask.
Oh gosh. You think I would lie for you?
No, unfortunately. I wish you would. Oh, I wish you would.
I would.
All you do is snitch on me, though.
It depends on who we're talking to.
Nah, man.
We're talking to Justin, I'm not gonna lie. Well, no.
If you're talking to anybody, you're not gonna lie. You're gonna snitch on me.
It depends.
He did, then he fell, and then he If anything I do, you gonna snitch. That's the type of person I married. A snitch. What is that on Friday after next? How you look now? Like a damn snitch.
I forgot about that part. Oh my god. Anyway. But yeah, we would have done snow tubing, but it was sold out. So we ended up doing skiing. And the way that they have you...
Well, we were going to do skiing regardless.
That's true, but we were going to do snow tubing first.
Yeah.
But the way that skis make you stand in that forward position with your... It's just so uncomfortable. It's unreal. Yeah. Like, how do people do this?
Snowboarding's the same way.
It's crazy, but at least... I don't know. I just feel like with snowboarding...
Snowboarding, you're locked. You really can't do it. You're in like this. At least with the skis, you can... get some of this action going on.
I guess. I don't know. Well, I didn't snowboard, so I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, I can't give a...
You'd have been leaning forward and stuck.
Is snowboarding harder, you think?
I think if you do it, they're all whatever. But I would say it's easier to learn how to ski than to snowboard and stay up. Because you can do the pie thing. Like, even the stop. That pie stops.
Yeah,
you know what you got to do with a snowboard?
Pizza.
Whatever. No, it's whoever taught you. I was taught pie. But anyway... Which is probably why you can't. It's probably why you can't ski.
Your business partner taught me pizza,
and you can't ski. So anyway, if you have that snowboard,
no shame.
Let's say you're going straight like this. How are you gonna stop?
You
gotta move your whole body. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that is crazy. I bought a tent and a hammock 6 years ago, and I want to use it. I'm also the first one to run from a spider. I should have put the hammock back, but I was excited. I don't blame you, BB, because the hammock, ever since I was a kid, I wanted a hammock.
Yeah, I actually got mad at Mom at the spot we was at because she had 2 hammocks, and I wanted that. I was like, nah, I'm about to
she probably, it was, we went to the beach last week, and we went to Bethany Beach, and it was an Airbnb. And there was a hammock there, but it wasn't warm enough to really, like, you would have been cold out there.
I still would have did it.
It was really pretty though, the water, and it rained most of the time that we were there, which at first you would be like, dang, it's gonna rain, but then it really forced me to relax, because if it wasn't raining, I would have been like at all the outlets and walking around, and would have just been tired, you know, but because it rained, it forced us to chill out. I loved it.
I love hammocks. We gotta get one.
I'm scared I'm gonna break the hammock. African girl, you crazy girl. I'm always afraid I'm gonna flip around like Steve Urkel in that episode of Family Matters. He just couldn't get it right. He just kept flipping out of it face down onto the ground. Boom, boom, boom.
I feel like a lot of people do that.
And you have no control.
I know. All right, we're gonna go to Am I the A-hole? Where... All right, we good. If you weren't on earlier, we had an update on the computer. I think the app doesn't remember where the sound card is, so every time I switch a slide, we're gonna have to put the sound back in. But it shouldn't happen the next time.
We're not gonna be switching slides a bunch of times.
Well, even when we do, we just have to re-up it because the update. Are you doing the next update? Because your computer just asked about another update.
That's the software update.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Probably not.
All right. Nah. Yeah, I was hit. Thanks for telling us though. Anyway, we're gonna do Am I the A-hole? So I'm gonna read the topic of a situation, and we're all gonna agree to disagree on if this person is an a-hole or not. Then I'm gonna read the entire story, and we're gonna see if we keep the same energy. Ooh, excuse me. All right. So, Ebony, I thought you'd be over here by now. You were playing.
I'm coming.
How you just put it in the microwave?
I had to get it.
All right. I'm gonna read it out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Let's do this one first.
It's not hot enough.
She gonna be a while. Am I an a-hole for disinviting a couple because their kid's nut allergy. It's funny, we were just talking about allergies.
We were just talking about
I know.
allergies.
Alright, so yeah, one more time. Am I the a-hole for disinviting, or uninviting probably would have been
I think it's disinviting.
uninvite.
Uninviting. I don't know.
And-
I feel like it's disinviting.
Anyway, are they the a-hole for disinviting a couple because of their kid's nut allergy? And everybody's laughing. So what y'all think? Yes, I'm seeing it. Yes.
I think yes, a-hole, because it's a kid. What? Like, come on.
But you don't want him to get sick. That's what they're thinking about them.
That kid.
That does smell good.
See.
Let me get some of yours.
Yep.
Let me have all of yours then.
No, I can understand not wanting to have that inconvenience at your party, but like, come on now. That's almost like just discrimination in a sense.
I think they could be looking out for this I really don't remember. They could be looking out for that kid though, because you know they could get sick if somebody messes up.
It's like, unless they're having peanut butter cake, where, cause I know, for example, some people can't even have it. Like when I used to work in this office, this lady was like, I can't have seafood. I'm extremely allergic, and don't think that you can just have it and eat it in the office because like the steam of it like affects her. What are you laughing at?
No, nothing. I was listening to you. You be so interested in me that she can't stand me having a good time without her. Yo. Let me just start laughing for no reason. Wait, what you see? What did you read? You reading it?
Anyway, but yeah, like she can't even be around the steam of seafood. So unless it's something like that, I don't feel like there's like a real concern. Oh, we just want to make sure, like, just give that kid a different, like, is there nuts and everything?
That's a good scenario, Terry.
What?
About timing. Maybe they didn't get the information until late in the game and it was too short a notice to accommodate the child. Yeah, a lot of people are allergic to seafood, or even allergic to the smell of seafood too.
That's what I'm saying. A lady I used to work
We're having
with.
kids parties during
A panorama. Look, Australia, because they don't have any cases. New Zealand.
So crazy. Dang, so you think they getting the vaccines and stuff?
Them people vaccinated. They haven't had a case since last fall.
I know, but when the world started coming over there,
they're not letting any Americans in
forever.
Shoot,
It's not just Americans. Forget Americans. Like, we all, like,
whatever situation or system they got going, it's working. So whoever they letting in or not letting in.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and start reading this because I feel like it's long. All right.
Dang, Earl, you can't even go to Red Lobster.
That's just sad. Wait, but the biscuits, they sell them in the store. You get the biscuits from the store. You gotta have the biscuits, man.
Are you gluten free too? I want to know what your diet's like, because you might could give me some good ideas.
Sorry to those kids. All right.
F them kids, that mean.
All right. So my sister's getting married next month, and she's put me in charge of personally inviting everyone since it's not a very big crowd. I called one of my cousins up to invite her, and she said the environment needs to be completely nut-free because her new stepson has a severe nut allergy. I told her I'd get back to her in a while. Then I thought a bit more about it. I'm sure my sister would have no problem trying to accommodate them, but I wouldn't want us to be held responsible in case someone slips up, makes a mistake, and something terrible happens to him. We'd never be able to forgive ourselves. So I called my sister and suggested we ask my cousin and her husband not to come if they're bringing the kid. She said it's my call ultimately, so I told my cousin that while we can ask the guests and caterers to comply, we won't be able to completely eliminate every minute chance of some nut particles appearing during the wedding. So we'd be more comfortable if her son didn't come. She seemed a bit disappointed. Later, she put up a post on Facebook about how discrimination and insensitivity against people with nut allergies is completely overlooked and how people will keep getting away with it unless we speak out. So how y'all feeling?
Oh, that's the end?
Yeah, there is an edit, but I didn't read it yet, and we just go for right there.
Okay, I understand. If it's that severe, she shouldn't even honestly want to bring him. Until she can get a firm handle on
Australia.
Until she can get a firm hand, maybe she does, but it doesn't sound as if she can. Okay, you're in the world, right? You can't control every situation that you're in. And if your child has a very severe allergy, I'm sure there are things that you can do to even guard him against situations where you weren't expecting, and now there's nuts here or whatever. Like, okay, well, we got our little plan or whatever it is that we do. We're good. I don't think she has that down yet. Mm-hmm. So she probably shouldn't even want to bring him into that environment right. Because everyone can't readjust for one person's severe allergy. I get that. So going on Facebook, people kill me with that subtweeting on Facebook.
We need to stand together.
It's like, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, some people can't, do a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that everyone around, the majority, has to adjust. It's like, you got to find ways to still make it work for you. That's just how life is, unfortunately.
I agree. I will say this, though. She is a real one for standing up for her stepson.
Yes.
Because that's not even her real son. She could easily be like, all right, yeah, it'd be bothering me too. I used to like peanuts. Joy, what up? I told you, listen. You can't keep not listening to me.
Steph said find a babysitter.
That babysitter gonna come over with some peanuts.
Oh, you can have baby and drink? I'm sorry. Or I said that part. I don't go to certain places because I can't ask the world to accommodate me. That's wild.
That's tough, man.
And it's tough, and I feel like that has to suck, But
Billy just got this
waiting on the world to accommodate you won't enjoy anything, Billy. Yeah. It's always Billy or Bobby.
Yeah. Okay. So people changing. All right, how's everybody acting? Let me read the edit. So they went after, I guess, people either went in on them or not, and we about to find out. Okay, edit. Okay, so I figured I found a way to make it work. I'll tell the caterers to make it nut-free, and we'll tell all the guests to be fully vigilant about not getting any nuts, and if they can, to not consume any nuts. I don't know if they're being funny or not. Not consuming any nuts on the day of the wedding. And to double check that their clothes, bags, hairs, vehicles, etc. Yeah, they're being ignorant.
Yeah, they are.
Not have any traces of nuts either, since it's a child's life on the line. I called my cousin back and told her that if she's still wanting to come, I'll do my due diligence to make it say, oh, snap. I told her that I only told her not to bring him because the child's life is a huge responsibility, but she said she might have oversold the severity of his allergy and that it's not quite life-threatening. I asked why she said he might die. And she said that's just her due diligence to make sure I took it seriously enough. And she never thought I'd take it to the extreme. Anyway, we both felt really stupid. But she and her husband are coming with the kid, and I'll do whatever I have to make. But it's a lot less stress now knowing he's not going to die. You can't go somewhere and oversell your situation. Yo,
you have people having a heart attack themselves thinking something going to happen to that little boy.
I will say I'm glad they worked it out.
Yeah.
And talked it through. But that just show you, like, even with, like, these situations with Emmett or A-Hole, a little communication to change the whole story. Mm-hmm. That's why we never had that happen on Emmett or A-Hole, where they figured it out.
I think we have.
No, they have not figured it out. Both sides, not a problem. Both sides like, oh, that was dumb. No. All right.
I want to read one of mine.
Nope. So
you are crazy,
because
boy.
my these two at least go too much together. Am I the a-hole for wanting to attend a wedding that my wife is not invited to? See, they're both about being invited places. That's why they had to go together. Don't choke now. See you over there. That bite a little too big for your britches.
It's your show.
Sure is. What you eating? Come on, you want to read this one? Okay. Wait, did I read it? Read it one more time.
The title.
What do y'all think?
Am I the a-hole for wanting to attend a wedding that my wife is not invited to? You want me going?
Yes, I would.
If I'm not invited specifically.
If it was Justin's wedding, though.
If Justin told you we can only afford.
No. It's just that you weren't invited. It doesn't matter why.
It does matter why.
What I'm saying is there shouldn't be any reason for my one friend. Like, you know what I mean? If
no, what I'm saying is sometimes people don't have enough money to cover plus
right,
ones.
but let's say he doesn't want to tell us all that.
Who would tell you that?
First of all, he wouldn't, because that wouldn't be the issue. It would be something else. And what I'm saying
Justin
is,
would
I'm
allow
still
me
going.
still. So
Anyway, all right, we ain't gonna finish because we're not gonna finish that.
I know. But yeah, if they don't want specifically me at the wedding, then no, you can't go. But if it's just like we can only allow who we invited, no plus ones, go have a good time. Weddings aren't all that exciting for me to go to anyway. It depends, though. Justice's wedding was fun.
I'm gonna say that's not an a-hole move going without her.
Ooh, boy. Joy agrees with me.
Alright, you trying to start reading?
And Tio agrees with you. Okay.
What was the question? One more time.
Am I the a-hole for wanting to attend a wedding that my wife is not invited to?
Tio, I'm the same way. I wouldn't care if I wasn't invited or not. Like, if you got invited and you went, I'd be...
Ooh, Earl said they'd have to just be mad. Protect your energy and your health. I like that. I like that our generation really goes or lives by that, or at least makes an effort to, because for so many generations, family just be like, that's just how family is, and you'd be miserable.
Man, imagine having to do the same job your parent and their grandparent and all them did. Like, well, guess I'm about to start making swords. Sorry.
You're a stupid fool. Swords. My coworker looked at me crazy when I told her I'm bringing my mom instead of my fiance to her wedding. I'm not used to Caucasian people wedding. I needed somebody to come with me.
I went to. I think I told y'all the one story about the one box mitzvah I went to in my life, and
did you have fun?
No, there's nothing fun about them things.
I've seen on TV. I know it sounds so.
No, the actual ceremony.
But the party part is fun though, right?
I'm sure it's a party, but I went to the ceremony. We probably went to the party too, but that ceremony, whoa.
They had a whole.
It's not bad though. It's not worse than any Christian event. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't have wanted to go to either.
What was I watching where the kid was like going to all these different bar mitzvahs, collecting like all the gifts, because bar mitzvahs they would give like great party favors, like portable DVD player or CD player or iPod or whatever the heck time frame. That was an old show. I can't remember. But anyway,
iPod and I do know what you're talking about. But
that?
I don't know. I do remember that scene though. Go ahead, let's start reading, baby.
It's gonna kill
Let's
me.
start. Girl, I'll read it. You did that on purpose. You want me to read it?
No, let me read it. I'll read it.
No. Here we go.
I'm 26 years old, a 26-year-old male. Been married for 4 years, 2 kids, and been with my wife for 8 years. We've had ups and downs, separated for a year, and are working things out with our church. We reunited in September 2020. The pandemic made us realize we love and need each other. My cousin is getting married. Wife is not invited. It's a formal wedding, no kids. When we got separated, my cousin and his fiance decided she was not welcome. They were mad at her. She cheated on me and decided she was not family any longer. I'm still going to the wedding. Wife is upset and I'm very torn. I feel like it's my family. It's one day and she needs to understand. She feels like this will only lead the way for her to not be invited to future events. That's a good point.
Don't get me in trouble asking why I'm cheesing.
I agree that if I have forgiven her, they should too. Cheating in my family is serious, so everyone is upset with her. I plan to defend her, but want to attend my cousin's special day. Am I the a-hole for going and celebrating with my cousin and good friends since childhood? I want to bring her. I fought for her to be invited, but the answer was no. And this person also wants to add, I had no intention on giving a gift at the wedding.
What?
I was just going to go.
Do the update after.
This is added. It's not the update.
Dang.
I was just going to go and show support for my cousin. I wouldn't give them a gift after the position they're putting me in. And you want to bring a guest?
He did that backwards. If anything, you give a gift, but you don't attend. Like, you don't stay. because you don't like them. You're gonna stay around the people you don't like, but not give them a gift.
Or bring a gift to be like, and I'm bringing you a gift. You should let me bring my wife.
That's that don't like to miss a good party. That's what that is. He said,
I
want to be my family there, some of my friends, but I'm not gonna be happy.
Hubby is the a-hole.
I'm not gonna. I do be thinking about stuff, but I can't say, man. Yeah, we got. Go ahead.
Hubby is the a-hole for putting his wife's business out there. If he knew there was a chance, he would take her back. He went out sad, drama for a lifetime. That's what I'm saying.
I would say that, but it does seem like they did actually get
They did get separated.
Yeah, so
he thought the marriage was gonna be over.
I think he thought it was gonna be over.
Because I was gonna say, yeah, that's why you don't tell people your business. And I'm sure people were asking, why are you separated?
Yeah, separated for a year. Yeah, nah, they definitely
they was trying to get a divorce.
Somebody asked what happened and why y'all ain't, and he had to tell somebody, and I'm sure that hurt.
I mean, she shouldn't have cheated.
Yeah, she shouldn't have cheated. I forgot all about that.
So, I don't think
I think she knows why she's not invited. Like,
yeah, I think that maybe she doesn't come to this. Let them actually. I don't know, because if I was a bride, honestly, I wouldn't give this a whole lot of energy if I was a bride. To be completely honest, because when you're planning a wedding, trying to get married, you're like, little stuff like this just makes you more irritated, and it's like, just fine, whatever, get out of my face, like, bring her, I don't care, because saying no will create constant communication and trying to convince and trying to talk.
Man, this new couple won't want to hear nothing from her.
And the thing is, like, you're gonna see her for 2 seconds maybe at your wedding?
Nope, I don't want to see her not 1 millisecond of my special day. I don't blame them. You know how I was with our wedding.
I know. And when someone cheats on your family member, it is hard to.
And you was around him when he was going through it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, they seen a different part.
Yeah.
I do agree. Like, I'm sure somebody said it because I'm reading one thing about if you fully forgave her, but the family, she still has to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's just what you got to do. You didn't just piss off one person. That's how life works.
There's a Prince Harry moment. He needs to support her above his fam.
Okay. But but Prince Harry, ain't nobody cheat on him.
No, as in, he's got to choose his wife over his family.
Man,
that's true.
He probably like, we still trying to figure this out, so.
It's very true.
I can't quite make that connection yet. I really think, and I'm not trying to say that I'd be like this or whatever, but I really truly think like cheating, it's it's gonna have an effect on people. So I don't know. You just gotta be cognizant of why other people are reacting a certain way.
If she's the one who cheated, she needs to honestly, if they're just getting back together. Let me see. Was she invited previously?
No, she was never invited because they were separated for a year.
But now they're together.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I would let her come if I was a bride because.
What?
Because if they're gonna work things out,
then they gotta do that on their own time.
You're gonna have him come alone and have a miserable time?
Nah, it's his family. He'd be alright.
I don't know. I don't think I would care that much. Like I said, I would just be like, whatever. Because what ends up happening a lot of times is other people don't come to your wedding who said they were gonna come. They call you last minute, and it's like, okay, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, this was a tough one. I didn't think it would go down like this for real.
Arlo's right. It sets a precedent. The weddings are big. If she gets excluded from the wedding, ain't no cooker. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. Yeah. Like, it becomes harder to invite her to other things.
No. What happens is, and I can understand why y'all come from that train of greedy. I can understand y'all coming from that train of thought, but to me, it's more like it's gonna take some time before we invite you to any of these. These are family things, you know what I mean? And you got to work your way back into our trust. What's the movie about being in the circle? Is that the Fockers?
Yeah, the Fockers.
Yeah, you have the circle right now, like, and you could.
But no, they're together. They never got divorced.
But together. You could be married and out the circle.
No, you're in the circle. You're married.
They kick you out the circle.
If the husband,
now we gotta watch them movies again.
If the person you're married to is in, you know,
can get kicked out the circle. Don't. It's a circle. It's not a cell. Anyway, all right, we're gonna keep reading. Was I reading this, or did you read this? Oh, we at the update, right? After a long discussion and argument, my wife suggested we just go together and see what happens. I'm sure this is a good idea and would rather just. This can't be right. Wait.
You want to start over?
Go together and see what happens. Yeah, they really are going. I'm sure this is a good idea and would rather just not go. That's where I was confused. My wife doesn't understand why I'm set on keeping my cousin in my life when he and his wife don't respect her. Like, are you serious? Yes. My wife doesn't understand why I'm set on keeping my cousin in my life when he and his wife don't respect her. I want her to understand that they are my family and they saw how much I suffered when we separated. The main issue is that when my wife and I were trying to work things out, my wife said that while she couldn't predict the future, she didn't think she would cheat again. She didn't think she would cheat again? Nah.
Yeah, I can't predict the future, but I don't feel it right now, so I think we all right.
Oh my God. What? She didn't think she could cheat again. It was out of her system, and she wanted stability. I told my cousin, and he said that didn't sound promising. But with therapy and you already said they were going to church, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, but with therapy and the Lord, we are doing great. I know not to share any more of my relationship with family. We always talk about that with y'all. To answer questions, my family didn't like my wife very much to begin with because she's older than me by 2 years. That's nothing, and brutally honest. She doesn't sugarcoat things. When she doesn't like something, she will say so. My family finds it harsh and a bit mean. Now they feel she can't be trusted, but I really have faith in our marriage. Yeah, nah, don't bring her around me. I didn't like her before. She apparently is too blunt, more blunt than she needs to be. And then when I'm blunt and say, I don't want you to come to something, you can't handle it.
Right.
Nah, keep her home.
I remember girl said it's about to be a girl fight. A what? Girl fight? Lisa's old, so wife wants him all to herself. But it's okay with the possibility of future cheating. I know.
This is crazy.
See, mom says once he takes her back, family needs to accept her. And that was my thought, too. That's why I was like...
She ain't even back in the relationship all the way.
That's why I was like, just bring her. You know, because I don't want to be the person who... And this is my dad. My dad always says this, too. He's like, I don't want to be the person who is the reason why you try to point to me as the reason why something doesn't work out. You know, I'm here to support you, whatever you want to do, I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to be somebody telling you what you need to do and what you should have done, because you ain't going to come to me talking about something, well, you said it, now look. And that's how I feel. Like, especially now, if I wasn't the one getting married, if I was like a bridesmaid or like somebody just kind of like on the inside, I probably would have way more to say. But as the bride, like I said, it just be too much on your plate and trying to worry about this situation over here. But then you got to pay for the caterer and this person ain't, you know, giving you the right quote. It's like, it's just too much stuff going on that you like, I don't care. Yeah. I just don't care.
You know, I can't predict the future, Ebony, so. I mean,
Can you imagine that?
That's,
you'd be like, what?
That's what I said. You better learn quickly.
You can't predict what? I suggest you get your crystal ball out and give me an answer.
What you think this is? All right, did you want to do yours?
Yeah, I need a loyal woman, even if I cheat, which I don't want to do. I need someone who sticks by my side.
That's crazy.
That's like,
say you might. You don't know if you're gonna cheat, but you don't know if you want to cheat, but you want stability.
She would eat it.
Like, she the only unstable one in the relationship.
I don't mean to hurt you, baby. I know, Terry. What the F is that all about?
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yo, and then gonna tell him you can't predict the future though. That's hard.
I can't predict the future. What do you want from me?
Auntie, hey Thea.
Hey Thea. She said, "See, girl." I used to love that song.
Right,
I used to think the lady in the video was so pretty too. I'm like, you cheating on her? She's so pretty. Okay. She only came back because of the pandemic. She was struggling.
Got lonely. All right, come on, baby.
Am I the a-hole for faking sleep all night to see if my wife is lying? This King Petty right here.
I think he just wasted his own time, but I don't know. I don't know if he's like an a-hole. He's just a dummy. Is that a thing? Am I the dummy?
You could be a dumb a-hole.
But he's not an a-hole. Like, he didn't do nothing, but unless she... Nah. There's no way to be the a-hole.
He cray for real. Am I the a-hole for faking sleep all night to see if my wife is lying?
He probably jumped up like, aha! In my eyes speak. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. It scared the daylights out of me. Terry says, I'm going to say no again, Terry. Lying about what? We'll see. Yes, capital petty, TM. Let's not. Hey, Shay.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all hit like. We
never say that.
We need to just have it up on the screen.
Yeah, I know. We gotta redo this setup anyway, because I'm not really feeling these colors anymore. So that's a lot we gotta do. Arrow says, Lex and I are on parallel ways tonight. We said the same thing about this one.
Did we read the whole story yet? What are we on? What is it again? My bad.
Am I the a-hole for faking
his
sleep?
dumbness. Yeah, I want to hear the story though. I am interested.
It's just y'all responses are just so funny. I like. Yeah, for sure. God. Wasted his time. Just pack up and head out if the trust is there. Could you imagine all night how sleepy? You know like times this? I would have accidentally fell asleep.
You know you gotta throw the fix. You know his eye opened a little bit at least.
I know. You know how hard it is to fake sleep for even just like a minute.
You know
it's so uncomfortable. The coast
is clear so you can move a little bit.
Did I move too much?
Get that 1 inch. Like okay.
I got an itch. Should I scratch it? You gotta try and play off it like it's a sleep scratch. Like
oh my god. Yeah. Or do that grumbling term. That's how you know you're still sleeping. You just go. Like you can get that off. If you just turn, people gonna assume you awake. Ain't that crazy? If you quiet and turn, you up. You just turned over. But if you do one of them, oh nah.
Yeah, you got to sigh real heavy after you finish. Like. Yes, Bree. I would have fell asleep. Like, dang it, I did it again. Gotta stay up tonight now.
Oh man.
Gotta do the fake sleep jump, the twitch. That's how I know he be asleep. Like when he's in his first few minutes of sleep and he twitch, I'm like, okay, yeah. I can play the stuff out my phone loud. He ain't gonna wake up.
Especially if you like holding hands or something, you can always feel the person do the little
twitch. I'm like, okay, he good. I can
take out of my hand real quick.
I can take my AirPods out. He ain't gonna wake up.
Shit, yourself too good at that fake sleep.
A clown faking sleep like a toddler. Exactly.
All right, let's go hear this man's life story.
All right, the past couple of months, my wife has been complaining about our cats. She's been claiming that the cats wake her up constantly and that she's frustrated every night that she has to get up and open the door for the cats, or the cats keep making noises, or the cats keep jumping on her.
Go. I'm not gonna.
It got to the point where she started saying she wants me to get rid of them. I told her I've never seen or heard any of this, but she claims I sleep through it all. She kept telling me she was getting less and less sleep and kept acting aggressively, blaming lack of sleep from the cats, and that if I didn't get rid of them, she'd leave me. I legitimately started considering giving the cats to my sister until I noticed something.
Mm-mm.
One morning, she claimed she had gotten up multiple times throughout the night to help the cats. She listed a bunch of times. I thought it was weird because I had been up until 4 a.m. and she claimed that she got up at 1 a.m. to open the door for them, and a few times around 3 a.m. because they were meowing and jumping on her. These cats real live up in the nighttime. I was in the bedroom the entire time.
It's like all day they looking at each other, the girl and the cats. Night. Because you tried to pull that yesterday? Because you tried that?
Oh my god. Tia said the story getting weird.
Go ahead.
I was in the bedroom the entire time while she slept, and I know none of that happened. Things weren't adding up, so I decided to run a test. I waited until she said she was going to bed, then I let the cats out of our bedroom, lowered my phone brightness, and faked going to sleep. I just laid there in the bed the entire night, bored, but I definitely did not fall asleep. I made sure to make timestamps every 30 minutes on my phone through Discord. I guess that's some type of app.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We could do the face-to-face with them on here.
But what does that have to do with keeping time?
You can do a lot of stuff on there. So he probably might have been taking pictures or something and putting them in the Discord.
I marked down every noise my cats made. One cat had jumped down from something and made a little sound at 3:18 a.m. and one ate food relatively quietly by the bedroom door at 4:57 a.m. Other than that, nothing happened. So only 2 movements, one jumping down off of something and one having a snack. Sure enough, my wife slept from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m. And that morning she claimed she had woken up at least 7 times to open the door for the cats and the noises and the cats jumping on her. Mm-hmm. At this point, I was pissed because she was clearly lying to me. I was exhausted and fed up with the lies, so I just bluntly called her out. Like, yeah, he was. I bet he was exhausted, faking sleep all night with his eyes closed but can't really sleep.
I'm tired.
I told her, that's funny. I stayed up all night to monitor the cats, and they weren't even in the room at all last night. I have timestamps and everything, so you've been lying to me and trying to convince me to get rid of my cats. Why?
If you just seen how they did lying, too, they made a special space for it.
She just sat there quietly shaking, looking pissed, then got up and left without answering. She came back hours later, ignored me whenever I talked, and when I asked her how I'm the bad guy in the situation, she finally said that I was treating her like a child by lying about sleeping and staying up all night just to see if she was lying or not. And that making timestamps and everything as if I was an investigator was going too far. It makes me an obsessive a-hole. I did it because she was threatening to make me get rid of my cats or she'd leave me, and her claims didn't add up. So am I the obsessive a-hole? T.O. said, I can't believe this is real life. I'll tell you, quarantine can bring out the worst in people.
Yeah, she just don't like cats.
Yeah, and he got more than one.
Either that or she's having some real vivid dreams that's like messing her up, and she don't know that they're dreams.
I feel like if that were the case, she would have said, no, they are. She wouldn't have just got up and left when he confronted her. She didn't say, she didn't have nothing to say.
I think, I agree with you, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But maybe she got up and left because it's like, you really don't believe me and I know I was up this many times. But I do agree with you. That's a good point, too. Whatever she said those cats did, they did that ish. I love that. Oh my God, them cats like, we ain't doing nothing, we just chilling. I don't really like not worry about her.
And the crazy thing is, cats nor dog. I mean, depending on the cat or the dog that you have, because they don't all have the same personality. But I grew up with dogs in the house. They don't do a whole lot of noise and carrying on through the night. You know, they sleepy too. They not trying to do a whole lot, especially in the dark. Now cats, I haven't grown up with cats, so I don't know, but I would imagine they don't create a lot of noise. They don't create a lot of noise in the daytime.
Y'all try to say he knew when he was fake sleeping, so the cats weren't acting. Okay.
Cats probably do know, just like, they can tell, just like any other animal can sense things.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I think we all agree that no, I don't know what we agree on. What do we think? He's the a-hole or not?
No, I don't think he's an a-hole, only because of the ultimatum. Excuse me. Only because of the ultimatum she gave him.
Yeah, I think
he was trying to protect his pet.
He only did that because of the ultimatum too.
Yeah.
He wasn't even going to try to.
Now, if she was just like creating all this drama and argument, but never really gave an ultimatum, then I could see this being like overly petty. But at the same time, I would want to know. I would have probably just got a camera. I wouldn't have.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say was the dumb part.
He
could have got a camera. Sleep. And even if she did or she didn't, you'd have had security in your house now.
Right. Like it would have been clear, and he would have been able to show her, look, nothing has been happening. He would have been able to record for like a week. You know what I'm saying? To be like, look at all these days. What are you even talking about? Nothing is happening, and then she really wouldn't have anything to say. So all that faking sleep is just extra. It's like just get a camera.
Oh my God, that girl's dog be going at it at night.
What did she say?
Be out all night. Be out at night dreaming and everything, running and walking and twitching.
Poor baby.
That's a good sleep.
Got a lot on his mind.
I wanted to.
Want more?
No, I wanted to move to the next thing.
Oh, okay. Want to do 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah. We're gonna have to do the. Let's just do the first page.
Yeah.
No, the first one. Not the Brandon and Julie or anything. Just the first one. We're gonna lose audio again.
Instead of trying to. Okay. All right. That's a good idea.
All right. So we got 90 Day Fiance. And this well, these 2 weeks, what do you think? It was pretty interesting. We were leading into a lot of weddings this week.
Listen, can Mike and Natalie just be done? Y'all
So
don't
we'll just start
understand how much I want that storyline to end, y'all.
So Mike and Natalie this week,
it just won't end.
they started with the packing and leaving of
he changed his mind. The day of the wedding, he decides he doesn't want to get married. He knew he didn't want to get married. He decided to tell her 2 hours before they were scheduled to get married. And she has a meltdown, understandably so. And
anyway.
You go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say they got their neighbor. She got the neighbor to help drive her up to a hotel because she has to go now back to Russia. She doesn't even know how she's gonna get there. She can get they got a plane to France.
Now, mind you, she only has 48 hours before her visa runs out.
48 hours. So anyway, they get all the way there. Got to drive 2 hours to out of Squim to Seattle.
3 hours, not 2.
I thought it was 3, but anyway.
3.
They get all the way there and find out that they need the person with the credit card to be there, the ID.
Apparently, Mike booked a hotel room so that she could, sleep elsewhere because they're breaking up and she could wake up and go to the airport nearby. But the lady behind the counter was like, we need his ID. I'm like, how many times have I gone to a hotel that someone else has booked, whether it be through work or just someone else that wasn't present? The only thing they ask you for is a credit card for incidentals in case you do something to their room. They don't need the ID of the person who booked the room. That's crazy.
I really want them to change that whole hotel situation. I don't get why. I don't know. Just how they take the money out and everything with these.
Oh yeah, some hotels, they'll deduct like a $75 whatever fee, and then they'll give it to you
afterwards.
Like
stop being tricky.
I know, and there needs to be a universal.
Tell people, just make it what it is, man. Anyway, so they had to backtrack and go all the way back.
3 more hours. And
when they get back, Mike is asking about this ring, and he wants this ring back.
Oh, he asked about the ring before they left. Yeah, so because they went back initially to get his credit card, thinking they could just give it. Like, lady, they don't know how they know you ain't steal that man's card. But anyways, he's like, "Can I get the ring back? Can I get the ring back?" I'm like, Mike, shut up. Let the girl go. Count everything as a loss.
Are y'all giving the rings back if your engagement falls through because the counterpart doesn't show up? Are y'all giving?
I wouldn't have given the ring back either. Well, no, honestly, I would have given it back. I don't know why I don't think he should have asked for it. You wouldn't have had to ask me. I would have just given the ring back because I'm not about to wear something or keep something that makes me think of something painful. So
at the airport.
Yeah, Alan, I agree. Like I kept saying to him, I would have slept in that car in the parking lot before. I would have went all the way back to his house, but she wanted to be with him at the end of the day. She really wants to marry him still.
Yeah,
giving it back. Oh yeah, Terry said she pawned her ex. I remember that.
Ruthless.
Yeah, African guy. I would have given it back to you so fast it made you think like, dang, should I even have broken up with her? Like, oh my god,
so
make you feel this big.
So after that, anyway, she had to come back the next morning. I guess they had spoke, and Mike explains that he got cold feet. She's kind of understanding and forgives him, but she's still, in a crazy situation. She's telling him. So they ended up talking to a lawyer, and the lawyer pretty much said what we all knew, that she needs to get married. Period.
Yeah, because Mike was like, just come back, we'll figure some things out. I know you only have 24 hours left, but maybe they can make a concession because of coronavirus. And I'm like, y'all have had the entire 90-day period. Yeah, like, there's nothing hampering y'all from getting married aside from, wanting a big wedding. But even then, you can still be married. None of that is stopping. The coronavirus isn't stopping any of that. And so he was like, well, what are they going to do? Come to our house and take her out of here? And that lady was like, I do not suggest you do that. I suggest you either get married or fly back.
Yo, Mike just showed that privilege, boy, it showed. Well, what are they going to do? Come and take her out of there?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, what do you mean?
You might drag her out by her elbows,
like. Show them Hispanic people they took out for no reason with their kids and separating them. You think they're going to care about her?
They do not care about a broken heart and coronavirus, okay? Get out of our country. Drag them out just like they.
And that was the problem with old Andrew. And like, people ain't just going to be nice to you just because you don't understand it or you think it's not fair. Anyway, that's pretty much all that happened with them too.
Backsetter, sleep with the neighbors. I know you don't have room, but I can make a pallet.
Listen, I thought of that immediately.
I mean, you literally only need a few hours of sleep. Like, just get me through the night. Let the sun come up. You know, like, just get me through the night. I cannot stay in his house. I can't. Mike is delusional. And yes, like, Mike infuriates me where she's like, can we talk about this? He's like, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm talking. It's patronizing is what you're doing.
He gonna be like, we just don't have enough time to get it together, so I got nervous. Like, you don't have enough time because you was playing around for the whole time talking about you don't.
If it's like you either know that you want to get married right now or you don't.
She been trying to work on this wedding for how long? For him to say we have too little bit of time to work on it, and I got nervous. Like, are you kidding me?
He was saying that from the start.
No. But I'm saying when he was definitely saying that from the start. But she was actually working towards, like, if they would have mapped out that wedding, that wouldn't have been that stressful.
Like, look, we got 12 days left. In these 12 days, we can do these things or have these conversations or whatever. But he just so unsure, so afraid, and so whatever. Which I understand, it's your life, you're getting married, but it's like you cannot just wait around and think, oh, whatever, okay, who cares? What they gonna do? Come get you? Come drag you out? Yeah. And then what if she wants to come back to America sometime in the future? Maybe she meets someone else. This will be a stain on her record. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, no, last time we let you in here, you didn't want to leave. You know, you broke our laws.
Exactly. All right, so that was pretty much them.
Oh wait, Ariel said I had a white friend who said she was going to email someone who was in prison and she was serious. People with privilege crack me up because they don't have common sense and aren't self-aware. The whole point is the wedding. Did Mike forget that? Yeah. He don't care. He don't. And that's the thing. Like, just say that. Be like, look, I'm not 100% sure, and I can't say that even in a month I'll be 100% sure. So he needs to send her back. That's all there is to it. It's not meant to be.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go into Brandon and Julia. All right? So they had last time we talked, they had an argument at the church.
Yeah, because he wasn't helping with the wedding preparation.
So the beginning of this, they well, first of all, I wanted to bring up the dad's haircut.
Oh, the mom cutting his hair.
Yeah, she was like, look at this side first.
And the way she turned his face by his nose, I'm like, dang, lady.
The quarantine special. But anyway, they had their after church argument, and they kind of, did they work that out?
Not really. It kind of spilled over into the scene where she was cutting the flowers, and she was just like, "Help me, just help me!" Like, that's all I wanted for you to help me.
So, they had to move up the wedding, or they decided to move up the wedding because of COVID. Yeah, because of COVID,
and they didn't want to risk. I think their 90 days were coming up, like in a month or something, and they were like, we don't want you guys to push it out any further, because what if more things start shutting down and you aren't filed in time as far as a married couple, like all these different things. So
so they had the Brandon doesn't care argument while she was picking up flowers,
cutting the flowers. Yeah, but go ahead.
And she was picking which ones to use for the bouquet. I was saying. But doesn't
which, by the way, she's really talented at arranging flowers.
That was clean.
That was really pretty what she was doing. I'm like, girl, you might need to start an Instagram page or something. Go ahead.
Long story short, them talking helps them resolve everything, and they end up having a spa date.
Oh yeah, in the bathroom. That was so cute. I love them too. I really do.
He knows he be wrong. But I still give it to Jovi though. Jovi the one who's gonna turn around quicker. I feel like
Brandon just he doesn't understand. Jovi understands and he does it anyway. Brandon just be so clueless. Like, I don't get it.
You're right. Jovi just does like, listen, I'll take the
ask for forgiveness rather than for permission.
Yeah, he gonna drink and have his night out. But anyway, that's pretty much it for Brandon and Julia.
They got married. I almost started crying. Like, I felt myself getting emotional watching them, and I'm like, I don't even know these people, you know. But I got a little emotional watching them because I just think part kind of feeling, you know, obviously happy for them, but also kind of sad because like her parents had to watch on cell phones, and it just made me think of like a lot of people who were in that same position with coronavirus. Like the wedding day is supposed to have like everybody around you, and it sucks, but they'll have their day.
Yeah. All right. So then we have Ziad and Rebecca, and they had to get married before Ramadan. So that was a whole thing. It was stressful. Rebecca.
I'm glad those scenes are done.
Yeah, Rebecca
was
going
working
through
my last nerve.
What was this about? Oh yeah, I made sure to write down in quotes. I keep kicking the cart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, why is this doing this?
If it's not doing it for them, don't worry about it. I see that, but look here.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, she's just mad. Everything that's happening, she's getting mad about, and
it's better now.
Oh, okay. But I was just saying, anyway.
Yeah, when she kept kicking the cart, that reminded me of something that I would do. He like, what's wrong? They went to Target to try and find some pants for him to wear for the wedding.
He didn't even get to say what's wrong. She just yelled at him. He was just like...
He looked away like, what you want me to do about you kicking the cart?
Yeah, you keep running into the cart. Anyway, let's see. Zia has to tell his sister about the marriage. That was a whole situation. I don't think this is working.
It is. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we were freezing on my iPad.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if it was freezing or not. Anyway, he has to tell his sister, not looking good. Oh, it's fine now.
Oh. Okay.
All right, cool. So anyway, we're on Ziad and Rebecca. Rebecca's getting mad and
what?
You breathe.
Oh no, because I was going to say sorry. Yes, Terry.
What?
I completely agree. I thought that was so disrespectful. Like the brother-in-law or the son-in-law and whoever else walked around out in jeans and those sun reflective glasses and the chewed up hats. I'm like, look, y'all. Like, come on.
Talking about nothing better happened.
I wish the other son could have come. I really do.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He probably trying to stay away from them.
Yeah.
The sister coming with the crazy. Oh nah.
Yeah.
I got kids, and they don't need to meet their new uncle.
I can't with that guy.
Anyway.
Better not be no problems.
But I'm really glad that you could tell Rebecca the wedding day came and she totally felt more at ease.
Yes.
But she did have issues with her dress, and I wanted to bring them up next because Julia had issues with her dress too. But
yeah, she had bought a dress I think before coronavirus hit, and because obviously coronavirus, she had to like get a dress from some random place.
Hey,
it was like
Raina,
short.
what up?
Hey, Raina.
Yeah, so anyway, they both had dresses that they didn't necessarily like, but I brought that up to say they still looked like they were super happy at their weddings.
Yes,
so
she had a little crown on her. It almost made me think like, is this the better type of wedding to have, you know, for everybody? No matter, aside from your parents not being able to be there, but just the fact that literally just a handful of people can be there. Yeah. You do your own makeup, your own hair, like... It really strips everyone down.
Okay, what up?
Or strips everyone of this whole like mass hysteria behind planning a wedding. Yeah. Hey, Kay. So I kind of like that.
Me too. All right, we're gonna go into Jovi and Yara.
Oh, she said life has been hitting her sister hard. Oh, I hope you're doing better. Yeah, I really do.
Jovi. Yara is in a bad mood because of the bachelor party, and they're now in the car on the way to Vegas.
Oh, so awkward.
She mad. She not answering nothing Jovi's saying. She's pregnant.
Can't drink, and all they want to talk about or do is drink.
And one of her biggest issues right now is that this was supposed to be a wedding with just them two. She let the floodgate open for the mom only, and now all Jovi's friends is coming. Mm-hmm. A lot of family members are coming. She still has nobody on her side, and he wasn't. I don't think really understanding that was affecting her.
And one of Jovi's friends said when they were at the tuck shop, they were asking him like, "Do you think Jovi or Yara, is excited or whatever?" And he was just like, "Well, she just seems moody, and I think it might have a lot to do with like the fact that her parents can't be here, her friends, she's alone." And he's like, "But I think it's deeper than that." And I'm like, how can you think? I get what he's saying, but at the same time, it's like that can just be enough, that you feel alone on your wedding day. That can make anyone feel like, dang,
but
like you can just see your fiance / future husband like get to have all the fun in the world with the people he loves, and I'm just here. Don't this is my second language. I don't understand the culture. Like, it's just like, I don't know. But that's why they should have, I think, told the friends, at least the people who came to the wedding, that she's pregnant.
But that's the thing. So many people ended up going.
Right. Yeah.
That's just the announcement. Then at that point.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's true.
When Yara has the conversation with Jovi about how she's feeling, she kind of coins the wedding as Jovi's birthday.
Yes, which was the perfect analogy.
It was like his birthday. He would, you know.
She was like, I just feel like it's a birthday for you and your friends. Always want to drink. Always want to do this. Like, she's like, you're not prioritizing me at all. Mm-hmm. And he heard her. He really did.
And he tried to step that up too. And we talked about the tuck shopping with the friend and the dad. Mm-hmm. And that's when that confessional that you were talking about.
I'm glad the dad seemed to really make it clear that Jovi needs to like step up. He's like, this is not a game. This is real life, and he's gonna have.
He's like, you saw.
I'll be winning. Yeah, he's like, you got a child coming. Like, you gotta really get serious. And I appreciated that, because sometimes these parents on these shows, they want to, well, like Andrew's mother, like just try and be on your son's side because that's your son. Like, no, he's a grown man. You understand that life has consequences.
Yeah. Next, we're going to go to Stephanie versus Belize.
Oh, God, this woman. Anyway. With her one blinking eye. Like, lady.
So she was on one again. This time,
piece of pizza.
So while she's checking Harris out, trying to figure out which Belizean she's going to smuggle out the country.
Somebody needs to come check. Like, she need to be under arrest. Okay?
Listen, yeah, she's trying to collect these men. So anyway, Harris is doing everything he can to get to America. Everything. I'm talking disavowing everything. He don't care about his family at this point. But he slipped up. He had a birthday maybe a couple weeks ago, and he posted him and his baby mom, and I think the kids with him too. But
they just showed the picture of the baby mom.
Yeah. Anyway,
they was hugged up.
Stephanie saw it. Stephanie saw it, and she said she saw the post of the happy couple on Facebook. I don't know why this man went to Facebook.
No, I think his baby mother posted because his face looked shocked when he seen that picture.
She said he saw it on his.
Oh, really?
That's what I remember.
He could have been tagged in it and it showed up on his page. You know?
You're right. Anyway, he got caught. I wrote 300,000. Oh yeah. So then, anyway, he gets out of that somehow.
He said, "Oh, it's a birthday. She's just remembering good memories."
Yeah, she's just remembering good memories. That boy talked his way through that one, though. Well, I know. And she just made sure that he got. That's when she started flexing on us and letting us know that that regifted watch, that $300,000 watch, is being regifted from what's the old boy name?
Ryan.
From Ryan to his cousin, who she's dating. Also, she knew he was a little hungry and wanted some snacks. For his tummy. Yeah, so she gave him $100 bill, American. You know, she had to ask him, of course, how many trips has she taken to Belize, but she had to ask if this $100 bill was enough for snacks.
I know.
Is that enough for snacks? I was like, yo, you know, goddamn well, $100 American dollars is good enough for some snacks.
He was like, is this real?
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, no, this will do. And then in the confessional, he ended up saying he's gonna put it towards something useful.
He said, I'm gonna get my things
for kids. Yeah, $100. He ain't getting no snacks, but she knew what she doing.
It's $100 US and 200 Belizean dollars.
Listen, all I know is she was out there. She was letting us know how she was living for real.
She was like, he said, when he asked her was it real, she was like, yeah. She said, I will give you something small, but I only carry hundreds.
Yeah, I only carry hundreds.
I'm like,
she's doing that for the cameras. That was probably like, you 2 seconds from getting robbed. What you talking about? Forget the trip. Oh, all right. So
that's all I kept thinking too. Like, please don't get robbed for them watching $100.
Stephanie just trying to bring one back. I feel her though. I know how it be when you hit the club and you like, I just gotta bring one home with me. That's what Stephanie is in Belize. I just gotta bring one home with me. Listen, I got money. I'm gonna flash this money at the bar. So I gotta pull something tonight. Anyway, so next we got Hazel and Tariq. All right, things are going well. And Hazel decides to come out to her parents on the first episode of these 2 weeks.
It's bisexual.
Bisexual.
I like how she says it. That I'm bisexual. You stupid.
Yeah, but anyway, she comes up to her parents. Remarkably, her dad is like, all right. And the mom's mad, which I thought was going to be completely the opposite, to be honest.
I know, right? The mom was like, we got to pray fervently to change this. That dad was like, you happy? I'm happy.
I think the dad's like, yeah, but you're with a man, so
I know.
It doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not going to worry about that. Look, you could like milk, but we're eating this. Like, I don't care. Anyway, so she got that off her chest. You could tell she was happy about it, but since her mom wasn't happy, she was a little worried that the mom wouldn't show up at the wedding. Then,
on Zoom.
Then, she has her bachelorette party.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't know what you want to say. Hazel's for real. She said, "Oh, Tariq got her a stripper though." That's the part that was because I thought one of the girls actually got the stripper, but Tariq got her a stripper. And it was the perfect stripper for Hazel, apparently.
She's like, she loves that shape. And she was like curvy,
and that color.
Nice booty.
Brown.
Yeah, I like that color, brown skin. I was like, okay, Hazel.
Yeah, anyway. And she said her favorite part was the clapping.
The booty cheeks.
Yes. A spot opens up for a wedding for them at some place that they were trying to go. Tariq finds out like most of his family can't make it. You know he don't want his one brother to come anyway, but his older brother, Dwayne. One syllable. Dwayne. Anyway,
DWAIN. Dwayne.
He drove all the way from Utah to Virginia. That's love for real.
That is.
He drove for the wedding, and all the parents were on Zoom, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
All the parents were on
his
Zoom.
He didn't want his mom to risk coming and getting coronavirus.
Including Hazel's mom, which she was real happy about. And Hazel's mom wasn't even on no petty stuff. She didn't hold no grudge.
Yeah, they were smiling.
She was cool. It wasn't even like weird. So that's how you're supposed to do it. Like, come back acting like nothing happened. Like, don't bring the weirdness back another episode so we can
Najee.
All right. Hey, what up? All right. So last one, Andrew and Amir, and they really didn't have much. I probably should have started with them. All I wrote down was Andrew got a text.
Andrew is just like we all suspected. Andrew is crazy.
Yeah. It was outed for sure. And that's about it.
And that mother needs to understand she don't know her son.
She don't
know her son as a boyfriend.
She gonna see that episode.
Oh yeah.
Like, what the?
All that crazy stuff he was texting her.
Ebony froze the screen. Didn't you? Oh wait.
Yeah, I read the text. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could read it.
I took a picture of the TV.
But yeah, they try to go through the text real quick, but not fast enough for Ebony.
Rewind. He said, "You've been given a lot more rope to hang yourself with, so it's on you. The children at the daycare are far better team players because he works. Him and his mom have a daycare together. You make your choice. You shoot yourself in the foot. If you've got any talking to something, her thumb is covered. I strongly suggest you engage me. My time is limited. It's been 30 minutes from my initial offer to help. I have but 60 more seconds in me." And then he starts counting 5, 4, 3. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, Terry, I agree.
What did she say?
Amir is too pretty for Andrew.
Me too.
I will say she has her angles though. There's one angle of her. It's like
it's that interview angle, but I feel like that's just the.
I feel like regular life though. I feel like she's like
pretty.
me. Yeah, like I don't look good on camera. In real life, woo. Real life, Lex. Come on. I'm going crazy.
Yeah, you keep giving her ultimatums,
anyway, yeah,
right?
That was
right.
crazy.
It's like, why are you talking to this girl like this? He's the type that he could never talk to an American woman like that in front of him. In his real life, in his day-to-day, it would never work. So he has to get someone who needs something from him so that he can have that power.
That's right. He bought her 2 tickets and gave the ultimatum.
He said I would be a good investigator. I would.
Man, they gotta think she wouldn't be no good investigator.
Yes, I would.
That's like an in front of your thing. You know, I probably
listen. You know how many true crime documentaries I've watched? I've been ready for this day, preparing.
Girl, you be scared of the evidence. A murder knife. Anyway, That's pretty much it for the. We can go back to the.
Does she have money? You'd be surprised by some folks put up with for a piece of a penny.
I'm telling
a piece of a penny.
She just look. She's enamored by the amount of makeup we have in America, or what she thinks we have in America.
That's what she said. She can't wait to get to America to see all the makeup.
I really want to know what's in her mind. Like, is it like a row of just makeup shops to her? Because she's acting like, no.
She probably won't come to Sephora or Ulta, the big one in New York City.
All right. Where we where we on now? Yeah.
Oh, good. They can still hear us. Okay, good.
I told you we should only have to do it once. Oh, Borat. I didn't get to see the new Borat.
Watch that. Okay, so I know you guys have opinions about Derek Jackson and his wife. So what are y'all opinions? Because I wanted to talk to you. I was so mad that happened like at the top of last week. Because I'm like, damn, we're not going to be on live for almost 2 weeks.
But he kept it rolling.
So I want to know what y'all think.
What do you think? No, what do you think, though, also?
I think that, well, first of all, did I used to follow him? And
you did?
I'm asking. I'm just setting this.
I still don't know. Did you? Don't lean on me. Nigga, I got questions. Did you used to follow him?
No.
Oh, all right.
Let me finish.
Start then. Hey.
Oh my God.
Hurry up. You got chewing all crazy.
Anyway.
Spit it out. Spit it.
No, I didn't used to follow him, but I was familiar with him because the people that I'm friends with on Facebook would repost his videos and stuff. And I never used to watch because I would watch like a few seconds, but I never watched the whole video through because longer than a minute is just too long. So anyway,
we must have touched on this a little because I remember saying
something about we did a little bit, but
not trusting bulk people with love.
But we didn't know all that.
No. I know. I'm not trying to say all that.
So it's so funny because like that next day or two. I think it might have been that Monday is when the video came out of him and his wife, you know, his confessional about having cheated for all these years or whatever. RL says she has my pity. I don't believe she asked him to get on live. He kept her in the closet and pulled her out when he got in some trouble. Yeah, she has my pity too. I mean, people keep saying things like, she knows she playing her part and blah, blah, blah. Initially, having never seen her and knew nothing really about her, I probably would have said that. But after seeing her Instagram and all her posts, this girl is not well. She's not well adjusted to the real world, what he's really doing. She has no idea. You know what I'm saying? So I feel badly for her. Ellen says, I think he made enough money from those women and should retire permanently because all credibility is lost. I agree. I'm like, how are you gonna?
He was making money off of that.
Off those videos, the Facebook videos, yeah. He's making a lot of money.
Off of Facebook though. I meant like from people.
I'm sure he I don't know that he sold anything before this book that he has out now, but I would imagine. Tio says never heard of him till he got exposed. I still haven't looked into him, but a 30-second clip I watched of him, I can tell he's a manipulator and don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about.
I don't think most people do seminars know what they talk. But you know what? I'm gonna shut up. I'm just shut up.
RL says I'm skeptical of the good guys who want to let you know they are the good guys. I'm toxic just like the other men out there. Yeah, I told Lex, I was like, I'm always side-eyeing people who present like they know better on the internet when it comes to other people. Like, he did a lot of side-by-side videos, and while like there are people who do that type of stuff, but they make it funny, you know. But when you're like trying to give guidance and direction based off of this person did it wrong, this is how you need to do it, it's like especially when it comes to relationship things, because
y'all didn't like his reaction video?
We don't know you. Huh?
They didn't like his reaction
video. I hated that thing. Oh my God, I hated that. I'm like, that person who wrote that in the comment was not your reason for doing it. Like, that was not a good reason for doing it. I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, someone put this in the comment. I don't know if they were trolling or not, but I decided to go ahead and do it. I'm like, wrong answer. He's a narcissist and he's using his wife to still maintain his lifestyle and keep his behavior up. He's not about to change, and sadly, I don't think she will leave the marriage. I don't think she's going to leave either, Terry. I think she feels like this is outside forces. This has nothing really to do with him. This is the devil. This is the work of the devil, and this is spiritual warfare. Like, no, this is him making the decision to cheat on you over and over again. Nothing more to it than that. The wife needs psychiatric help. Yeah, she does.
Version of, his name was Alex Hitch in that joint. He said basically the evil version of Hitch.
And it's funny because, yeah, Will Smith in that movie, like, aside from it being Will Smith, it was, like, I liked him. I liked that type of character because it just seemed like he had good intentions and he was actually working with people to get the results that he was promising. Like, people were actually being made happy because of him. Anyone can sit in their car and talk about what they should have done, they shouldn't have done. Like, hindsight is always 20/20. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. It made me think he was out of his mind. The reaction video that was scary to watch for real. Yeah, like
she said he was battling a sex demon.
What? That girl is not well. Leah, he's like an internet personality who does a lot of reaction videos to people saying things in the line of relationships or how to treat a woman, how men treat women. If you want to be in a relationship, you know, you don't understand men, or this is how men think, that type of stuff.
What men really want.
Yeah. He appeared on the show Sister Circle. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kay said he always seemed arrogant.
I don't really have much more on him now. I don't know. Like I said, it's not even just Buffett. I think anybody that really just motivational speaks for a living, I don't know. It's something about that. And it's not even them as a grain of salt. It's not even them as a person. It's just like, I'm not paying for that. I just don't.
Only because it's hard unless you know the person. Because in my mind, I'm always questioning, like, but did that really happen the way you're saying it happened, or are you in like just in general? No, like when people are motivational speakers and they try and tell you these are the things you have to do to overcome, or if you want to reach a goal, like I can take all that in. It's like my aunt says, like, eat the meat and spit out the bones or something like that. Like, you can get what you need from it, and what you don't, leave it on the table.
This week's country saying.
But but there are a lot of people who just take it all in, you know what I'm saying? And those are the people who will pay for anything, pay for whatever books, pay for whatever seminars. And that's where I feel like, you know, ethical lines are being crossed, because, you know, you just out here selling dreams and telling people, oh, this is what I would do, this is what you do. Like, and you're cheating on your wife the whole time.
Helmet of salvation.
And the crazy thing is, he could have been single. He could have been, like, not married, maybe dating someone, and he still, in my mind, maybe that's just me, but I would say in my mind, he still would have had some credibility.
He seems like a scammer. I agree, but that's how that all feels to me now. Like, I don't know. At one point, like, it made sense to me. Then after a while, it's just like, I ain't really like giving me nothing real juicy. I'm just like,
what you mean?
Motivational speakers.
Oh, well, you're different. Like,
maybe it's because I give them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in a relationship, I'm always the one who needs, like, more emotional support when it comes to me and him. Like, Lex does a pretty good job of keeping his mind focused on what the goal is. You know, he has whatever going on, but he always is focused. Me, I'm like, oh, this sucks. What am I doing? Oh my God. What? Like, he's like, no, just don't worry. Don't stop worrying about this, or make sure, whatever. Like, he's good at that. So,
I mean, you're good at doing that, though. Like, I still think it's stuff you know.
Yeah, but I let it consume me in a way that you don't let it consume you. Well, sometimes. So, yeah, so it's like, for him, he's more likely to be like, that's what I tell people. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, I see that. I understand.
And where there's a Will, there's a Jada. All right.
I think that he liked the thrill of being a cheater. That's possible, okay?
Yeah, some people, I think, are addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there something else this week?
DMX. That actually was today. Apparently, he's off life support and breathing on his own, so that's really good news. I do hope that he comes through this, and that when he comes through this, because we're hopeful, he gets the help that he needs so that this never happens again. Because come on, yo, like it's too much. It's too much.
I don't know. He's had these issues before. Like he's been in and out of. Not that I don't want him to get help. Obviously, clearly he's like one of my favorites even growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just sad.
RL, I hate you.
I know, right? Nah, it's just sad. I remember I got in a lot of trouble. Matter of fact, if my auntie is in here, I remember one time she picked up my "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot" album. Thought it was my cousin Miles's. Boy, she was like,
Miles is her son, who's much younger than him. So what was?
I don't even know if
he
I
would
was
have been a kid. So she thought it was Miles's. Mom's probably like, Mom.
Either that or something like that. And that was one with the blood when he had the blood all dripping on him.
Hey, I remember that album cover.
I miss looking at actual album covers.
I
like you get
know.
the CDs. It was so cool.
Part of the excitement was looking through the CD booklet.
But forget the booklet. The actual CD used to have like really clean artwork on it. Like you didn't have to worry about pixels. It was in there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And Mariah Carey always had the lyrics to all her songs in her CD book. I guess it costs extra.
And so did Twisted. No, it just takes extra effort.
Oh.
It probably costs extra per page though.
Ariel, I think Fix My Life comes back tonight.
For real?
Yeah, I really do, and I'm so excited because I've been waiting to see part 2 of this cliffhanger from back before Christmas. Oh yeah, but yeah, I feel like Fix My Life was just. I don't think it failed him per se. I just think it was not the best situation for him, and Iyanla did not know what she was in for. Like I don't think anyone on that show knew what they were in for with him. It made me really mad with DMX for a long time. Like after watching those episodes, I couldn't stand him. I was just like, I couldn't take it. But then as I got older and realized like the things that he's been through in his life has made him who he is and who he was in those moments. So
Terry, you like Pop Smoke's voice? Baby.
We just found out that he's Panamanian.
No, I've been knew that.
I didn't know that. I thought you found out too, cause you showed me. Like,
I was showing you it, but I was just showing you it.
Oh yeah, I used to think Ja Rule sounded just like DMX, like twins. I thought they sounded exact. But that's just how.
Yeah, no, I get it. I never thought that. Especially
my ear was.
Especially when he came out with that second album with the "I'm alone with you." His voice was way lower than normal. Like if you listen to all his like holla holla and all that, and then listen to that, it's like he put his voice lower for some reason.
I know, right? Who was it? That wasn't Ashanti. Who was that?
Yeah, Pop Smoke's voices.
Who was the girl on that song?
It
wasn't Ashanti. You got a life for you, baby. What song?
Oh my God, Maya's in my head, but it was somebody else. No, I know it was somebody like her.
Was it anybody? Was it just like a random girl or?
Yeah, it was. Christina Milian. I think.
I used to like that song.
Yeah,
that whole Ja Rule era, I loved.
Oh, he did one for her too.
I love that song he did with Mary J. Blige.
Rain.
Yes.
Rainy Days.
Oh,
it's just. Man, that got played.
I remember watching the making of the video of that. Oh my gosh, I miss those times. Oh, Pop Smoke, Panamanian, Terry. Y'all heard Oprah so own what? I'm still confused if that's true. Like how you it. I was like, where'd that come from? Hold on a second.
Yeah, I know. Look, we about to look this up. Don't have us lying.
That would make sense because Super Soul Sunday is only on Discovery Plus now. I'm like, come on, Oprah. People need that. We shouldn't have to pay for that.
Yep. So on to Discovery.
Oh, I wonder how much she sold it for
on Tuesday. So most of her Oprah on network shares to Discovery Inc. for more than $36 million in stock.
That's it
in stock. So that can go up. You know, they just put the app out. They're probably projecting that they get more money. It's probably, you know what I mean? So 36 million, let's just say it goes doubles, you know.
The Meghan Harry interview was on CBS. Y'all should know my tea is A1 by now.
she still holds her CEO and chief creative officer positions.
That would explain why Super Soul is on Discovery Plus. I'm tired of all these streaming services.
So she only owns 5% of it now.
5%?
But she's still the CEO and
You know what?
CCO.
When OWN first came out, Oprah said, "This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life." I can't remember exactly what she compared it to, as far as like not compared, but what she thought it was gonna be. But she basically said, like, I've never done anything this hard. And then you think about all that she had done up until that point, and if she's saying having this network is the hardest thing,
that made sense to me. It's just
because you have to keep giving content all day, every day,
and you have to still not violate so many rules that have been put in place.
She was like, "This is so hard. So that's the only thing kind of keeping me rooted in this idea of like, okay, this must have been the best thing for her, because it's a lot. They shouldn't have stopped Greenleaf though. They should have kept Greenleaf on there.
I could see it being smart selling it though, because honestly, she got all that content, right? Mm-hmm. She didn't need in nowadays society, like back then, whatever. But now we don't need cable networks.
That's true.
Like, she could easily start an app. It'd be way cheaper. It'd be way cheaper. She won't have to pay like for fines and stuff to keep her stuff running. She run whatever ads she wants. Like, it's smarter to not even go that route at this point. And then
for most of the day, for so many days, I don't know if it was years even, she would play Dr. Phil episodes. I'm like, Oprah, play your old episodes. But I guess she doesn't own them. Yeah. I don't want to see Dr. Phil all day. Can we watch some of your old episodes? Like, that would be cool.
Listen, we're not going to judge her. She sold it for shares. So,
but she only owns 5%. So what's the difference?
Because if you own a lot of shares, you're still going up with their ups, and you just don't have to worry about,
But she only owns 5%
of the right. But not her shares. Her shares isn't 5%. Okay. Yeah. Actually, now I'm thinking about her shares might be less than 5% of what the share. But the point is, the shares can go up. That's what I was trying to say.
Anyways,
I never invested $36 million into something. I can imagine the return is going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's putting her money towards.
I would really like to have the opportunity to talk to some people who are in those type of financial situations.
Why are you saying that like you don't know people?
I don't know people who like
we could
buy
we could have what's his name on here to talk about that kind of stuff. And manager money.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah, he probably knows something. I'm saying we know people. You act like we don't got education and we weren't around smart people.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, I want to talk to people who trade like $1 million stocks. That's what I'm talking about. To see like what that stress level is really like.
Listen, if that's all you're doing, your stress level is staying the same. Whether it's $1 million or 500, you can ask doesn't your boy do stocks? Seriously now?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Terry says, "Sorry, Oprah is a sellout." And yes, I said it. Something is up with her. I used to peep little things she would say back in the day that were sort of degrading to her own people. Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of issues.
Ain't nothing compared to what Cosby was doing to black boys when I was coming up. So that was open.
That's why what's his name called him out. Yeah. What's his name?
I don't know. I felt that way before. And
what's the comedian's names though? Start with an H.
Hannibal.
Yes, Hannibal.
Yeah, because he pissed all the people my age off, telling us how we were.
I remember he was like, "I didn't know this was going to start the whole takedown of Cosby." Did he get blackballed a little bit for that?
Yeah, a little bit. That's what they're saying.
Wow. Oh man, you guys watching the show? Yes, T-Mom. Yeah, that was what else has been happening this week. The Chauvin trial. I'm glad you brought that up.
Sorry, just to be quick and glance over it. Cosby would just pretty much say it was our fault for how we're treated, and we need to change and be more like white people.
He was more preaching respectability politics, which a lot of black people do not agree with. Like, we have to dress a certain way, talk a certain way in order to be accepted, rather than people just accepting us for who we are. And I never appreciated that either. Like, I'm
cut
not
our hair, wear this way.
And it's like it's something to be said for, if you're in a professional setting, to dress professionally. Everyone should follow that rule. But as a societal rule, like, no, just respect me because I'm a human being. Like,
but he used to go off on these like rants in that way. It wasn't just that. Like,
he did a stand up right before Hannibal put out the whole thing about him drugging women and raping them and everything, Cosby did a stand-up that was like before Netflix, but it felt like it was like a release, like an HBO special or something, and it was Cosby like, this will be a stand-up he hasn't done in 30 years or whatever. So everyone watched it, and during that stand-up, he did a lot of what Lex is talking about. So that's why Hannibal said what he said, because he was like, he gonna come back after all these years, and this is what he talking about. Let's talk about. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I didn't even see that special because I was already over it.
I watched it, and because there was a lot of controversy surrounding, people were mad about it, and I mean, that wasn't all the stand-up was about. That's not what all the stand-up was about, but it had a lot to do with it, and it's like, come on, man. Like, I get what you're saying in a way that's like, because his Bill Cosby mind is like, we want to stop racism, but that's not the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, people should just be accepted because they're humans, not because they look a certain way or don't look a certain way. So that's where Hannibal had. That's why it even was on his mind. And there you have it. Like, Bill Cosby. After that was that.
Got all the changes for other people. Anyway,
I know. Bex, no, we didn't do Married at First Sight. We have to watch those episodes. Don't worry, we're gonna pick that back up on our next live. The Oprah Show had a large demographic of stay-at-home wives. When she got the network, you have to think about that. She did. Except for me, because I used to be in like middle school. I used to come home. We used to get home right before 4:00, and I used to watch Oprah.
That's like Derek.
You
said Bill Cosby is like Derek, dude.
Yeah, it was just like it's so crazy because they had Bill Cosby not done that very last stand up where it was like, he's back after 20 years. It wouldn't even have been on Hannibal's radar
if he just sat back.
And that's crazy how showbiz can work that way. Like, you can have a pristine, perfect career, and it takes one thing to just, it all comes tumbling down.
I just don't understand why he was so like gung ho to step up to us and tell us to change. Like, I just did not understand.
And I remember you were mad when it happened.
Because I really liked him. I know. I liked him from stand up though. I didn't even like him from the show.
Yeah, like you didn't watch Cosby Show. Yeah. I remember him being mad about it and thinking like, wow, I don't have brothers. My dad is, my dad, he's not running the streets or nothing. So like, I didn't really have anybody in my life as a young black man to talk about how the world treats them in that way. So Lex was like my person to introduce me to that, so to see how raw and like pissed he was, I was like, wow. Like, I felt bad because I loved Bill Cosby at that time. I was like, I love the Cosby Show, all of that, and to see him feel that way, it was a huge letdown.
Mm-hmm.
I love when justice comes calling. Their hubris is on display. Looking at you, Justin Timberlake, and any others who have to account for their past. Yeah, apparently Justin Timberlake's manager,
that was a big one thing Cosby did,
came out and said that Janet Jackson told Janet Jackson she needs to just forgive Justin Timberlake. I'm like, who are you to tell somebody to forgive someone? Like, shut up. Just somebody come out of nowhere with some bull. Like, shut up. Nobody was even looking for you.
What else we got going on this week?
The Chauvin trial. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. At first I wasn't gonna watch it because I just felt like it was too traumatic. Like, I didn't want to continue to be reminded, because everything that we've been watching, from Real Housewives of Atlanta to Queen Sugar to anything that has somewhat of how you do that,
hit the live,
anything that has somewhat to do with, or some type of, consciousness of what's going on in the world. It's like, I don't always want to be reminded of how this man was murdered in broad daylight by the police. I can't. But for some reason, I picked up watching the trial on the second day, and I'm glad that I did, honestly.
Hey, Sade.
Who? Oh, hey, Sade. But yeah, so I just feel like,
Go ahead.
I just feel like the trial seems to be going well. I'm hoping that it stays on that path. I feel like the defense has no clue what they're doing. Like, for example, when I watched the Trayvon Martin murder trial, George Zimmerman trial, I felt like, oh my God, this keeps going back and forth and back and forth. Like, the defense they got good points for their defense. You know, the jurors might believe that, or they might consider that, or the prosecutor making good points, but not as good as the defense. Like, I remember feeling like, I don't know how this is going to go. But with the George Floyd murder trial, I feel like the prosecutor's doing a really good job. So I'm prayerful and I'm hopeful that things will work out the way they're supposed to work out. What I find really interesting is how none of these police officers that they've been putting on the stand seem to really be looking out for Chauvin. And I don't know if that's strategic because they don't want anything to do with him because they have a city to police still. You know, they don't want to feel like we got to support him and then the public doesn't, you know, support that, so how can we police them? Or do they really feel disgusted by what he did? You know, I hope it's the latter, but you just never know. But either way, I'm glad that they don't seem to be trying to give him any type of support while they're on the stand. Terry said that lawyer looks like he sniffed some stuff. Yeah, sure did. I sort of disagree. The defense attorney Eric Nelson is able to use weird hypothetical and the prosecution has to knock it down, but I wonder if the jury sees it like gun battle line of questioning. I can see why you might think that, RL, but I don't think that it's that great. I think it's very much it's giving fight for my life, but there was no fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can talk all day about being afraid for your life, but there's nothing in any of the footage that can tell you or show you that he was still fighting. George Floyd was literally laying there dead. He was dead. Whether they knew he was dead or not, he was not even budging, no moving, no twitching, nothing. He was not. And at that moment, when they realized that he wasn't moving, there's nothing to question after that, because all these other, not all of them, but a lot of other police related shootings where someone is being shot, whether they're running away or coming at them or grabbing, whatever, struggle, there's so many loopholes and gray areas where they can be like, well, when we tussled this way, or well, when he came at me this way, when he yelled at me, or whatever. People can kind of use all those different moments to be like, yeah, that was a threat, that was whatever. But with this, he was just laying there. And I don't know how anyone on that jury can be like, yeah, he should have stayed on his neck continuously after there was minutes of no movement. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. Like, it's so funny. Like, part of me wishes that I don't know. Actually, all of me wishes I could see the jury, because then that would give me a better idea of like what this jury will do, because I hate that we can't see them. I really do, but I get it. But I just feel like I want to see them so I can kind of put my own mind at ease. Even though you can't look at someone and know what they're gonna say, but you can kind of get a good idea.
I will say that area is like a lot more racist than I thought it was. Like, I know somebody from there, and I never really thought about much of the area, but then going there, during all this stuff with George Floyd.
Yeah, he actually went to the funeral.
Yeah, I went to the funeral there, and going there and like talking to people, and then seeing people talk. Like, I went to a town hall meeting while they were there, and apparently like that's like top 3 racial like problematic cop situations in America, and they said they fight 2 and 3 with some other state, but they're always in the top 3. Mm-hmm. And then they started just talking about all the police killings and stuff that's happened there that were like big, and I'm like, dang, that was here too.
Yeah,
that was it. I'm like, dang, because I didn't even put it together. But it's wild because y'all brought up the jury, and I'm just thinking, there's a good chance there's some real racist people up there too. Like, that's just gonna follow suit. So that is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's always part of me that's like, you never know. It's the police. People. There are a lot of people who think the police know what they're doing, no matter what. But We know better.
Yeah, Boston was crazy. I would say Boston was a trick bag. Going there, I don't think it feels like a trick bag. It feels separate. It feels like, what is it? Somali. What's her name? The congresswoman.
Oh,
what is
she? Ethiopian. I think it's Ethiopian.
I don't think so.
Are you talking about?
There's a huge presence of this one group. I thought it was Somalian people, but it's not Ethiopian.
Are you talking about?
Yes.
The congresswoman. Yeah, Ilhan Omar. I thought she was Ethiopian. Beck said, unless I missed it, what was their reasoning for taking him out of the car? He was cuffed and being handled by 3 other cops, so unless he had Hope-like powers, I'm not understanding.
Yeah, she's from Somalia.
Okay.
There's a big Somali... But you could feel the separation of the Somalian people from the... Like, it's weird, like...
So, Beck, during the trial, they played that footage. So, apparently, even though it's an SUV, because they have that barricade between the front seat and the back seat, because it's all, a police car, it creates a very small space in the back seat, because they also have like this big seat cover back there, I guess, in case people vomit or release fluids back there. It's easy to clean. So what George Floyd was saying was, I can't be back here, I'm claustrophobic. Because I've been thinking this whole time, like, it's an SUV, like, why was he feeling like that? But then I saw angles of it, I'm like, oh, it is pretty tight back there. It's almost like having a 2-seater. A 2-seat has a back seat. It almost was like that type of a space back there. So he came in on one side, they put him in, but he kept, like, he was fighting in the back seat. Like, he was, like, trying to, like, maneuver out of it, because he's just like, please just get me out. He's like, I'll lay on the ground, I'll do whatever, like, just don't put me back here. So because of all that, like, pushing around, he ended up on the other side of the car. So the officer on the other side of the car had the back door open as well, and he kind of pushed back out of that side, and that's when they just took him out and put him on the ground, which he said, I will do anyway. He's like, just don't put me back here. And it's just like, from the moment they had any interaction with him, they were already on a 10, like, which I don't understand with police. Like, why do you think your energy does not matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're dealing with the public, and you like, put your effing hands up, got guns pulled already. Like, I don't understand that. That's how they come out. What is the training?
That's happened to me on campus.
It's so wild to me. Like, I'm so, like, it really infuriates me, because it's like, I've been pulled over by police for speeding, for one time we were in Ocean City, and I didn't realize that there was a cone. They put cones out. They were trying to do something, I don't know. And I thought I was going around the cones, and I actually was going into the area they did not want any cars going into. And that police officer he was like, roll the window down. So I rolled the window down. He like almost cursed me out then. He's like, next time I put cones out, or next time you see cones out, that don't mean you supposed to drive. But I'm like, I just looked at him. I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. And I don't remember exactly how the interaction ended, but it just, I just remember telling myself, just stay calm, just don't react, because I was genuinely confused. But in his mind, he thought I knew what I was doing, and I was being intentional. And I don't understand where all this assumption and what is it? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but why do you think that the initial behavior is just, oh, F the police? Like, I see these cones, but I'm gonna drive over here anyway. Like, obviously I'm confused, or it's a possibility that I'm confused. This is Ocean City. People come from all around. Like, and there was no accident. There was no hole in the ground. I didn't understand why he was coning off that area, but I thought I was going the right way. But he thought I was trying to be ignorant. And it's just like, why are you talking to me like this? Why? But it's just crazy to me. And that's the worst experience I've had. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, I'm fortunate in that way, but I can't imagine other people's stories who have done less and gotten a worse response. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. When I moved to SC from Minnesota, I used to tell people here that I see more racism in Minnesota than in South, because here people are racist because their parents were up north. Racism was taught. Yeah. They knocked on the window with gun, approached with gun. Like, over a fake $20 bill. Which, in my mind, I'm like, that could happen to anybody, especially in a world where most people don't carry cash. So it's like, someone could easily give me a fake bill, and I wouldn't think anything of it because, number one, I'm not going to assume you're going to give me a fake bill. Like, why do I need to check? And number two, I don't know what to look for, and I'm giving it to you at a store thinking, like, okay, yeah, it's real. Like, it's just, it's a lot. Yeah. So crazy to me is 4 of y'all. He is cuffed and apparently on drugs. Y'all also have weapons. So what was the threat? Yeah, they've had what was it? Officer Ramsey he was a police chief of Philadelphia. He's retired now, obviously, but he made some good analysis and gave some good explanations as to what should have happened in that moment. But nobody is saying that sitting on him for all that time was acceptable. Nobody is. I went to the bank and cashed a $2,500 check once. The teller told me, let me count again and make sure they're all real. I was like, are you joking? But she was serious. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, anyone can get caught up in that. And you give a fake $20 or $100 bill and now you arrested because the cashier at the supermarket, they didn't catch it, so they gave it back to you as change. Like, what are you supposed to do? I don't even think you should really be arrested for that, honestly. I think you should just be fined. Because it could happen to anybody. Unless you got a stack of fake 20s that you're trying to pass off, you get one, like, you should just get a fine.
Yeah, I was just about to say, they handing you the money.
Yeah, like...
Let me make sure our money's real. She was looking out for y'all. For you.
I was confused because she was handing me, especially at the bank. African girl, they actively act excited to have an experience with someone black. A Muslim woman was assaulted with bottle to the head because the white woman didn't want her there. It's wild. When you give a cop a hammer, everything's like a nail. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Dang, Ariel, that's a good...
Oh, wow. You had to let it sit.
Yeah, and it's like I have a friend who's a police officer. He's a high-ranking police officer too, and so he completely agrees that this situation. He was like, this was totally, like, back when it happened. He's like, this is totally disgusting. Like, I'm embarrassed. Like, this makes our jobs that much harder, So, and I know he probably gets sick of me because every time there's some police shooting or something that's in the news, I'm like, what you think?
Answers.
What you think? Yeah, I mean, but
did they teach you guys to do
that? I'm like, what's the training? Is it really all this fear talk? Because I need to know. And he's really good at standing his ground when he knows or feels that he's right, but he's also really good at listening too. There have been moments where I've given him the perspective of the citizen. Like, we don't know that y'all are trained to do what y'all are doing. All we feel is pain. All we feel is you're trying to take me to jail.
All I feel is rain. How can I maintain with that on my brain?
Yeah, so it's like,
you know the rest?
No.
I resort to.
Is this DMX?
Oh,
no, I didn't really know his lyrics like that.
Oh, I can go through this first album for you real quick. You ready?
No.
It starts out like this. So I just wait.
So anyways, he does a really good job of listening. I know I've talked to some police officers who are like, straight up, no, I don't, they trying to get my gun or what if. I'm like, listen, ain't nobody trying to get your gun all the time, okay? Everybody's not trying to shoot the officer. We not going to get away with that, okay? Like, there's just some things y'all are not considering because your training is so cop-centered. Y'all are not thinking about the citizens. Mr. Floyd's friend in the red shorts was in the store earlier with the fake 20. Yes, they gave him the money and they refused to take it. Later that day, Mr. Floyd is there with the guy in the red shorts. I saw that too. And he's pleading the fifth. He don't want to testify. Like, I wonder why. And it's like, you know what? He's probably going through enough I don't know what you call it, guilt, all of the above. So, you know what? Whatever. I can't even put no energy into it.
And it's going to be on TV. You know, people might be having, why don't you do this? But anyway.
All right, but okay, so if you're not if you haven't been watching but want to watch, Sorry.
We do not have to do this.
The trial picks back up on Monday.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah. If you haven't been watching, it's not over yet. So it picks back up on Monday.
It
Minnesota.
Ain't over.
Minnesota.
CP.
Breath in my eyeball.
I've been going through something that really got me.
Down. But
Anyway,
anyways,
say it right. Say it right now.
Let me finish.
Say it right.
Down. Minnesota is 1 hour behind the East Coast, so I turn on CNN around like 9 o'clock in the morning, and they normally get started around 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah. And I even had some errands to run, but I put the AirPod in my ear and turned on my streaming service on my phone because I was like, I need to hear all of this. Yeah, so everyone just send your prayers
that's
up.
smart. Watching the live stream on YouTube so you don't have to hear the comments.
Yeah, YouTube, Twitter does a live stream.
You know who else?
I like the commentary though.
I don't sometimes because you be missing stuff.
Listen, Laura Coates on CNN gets us all the way together.
It's not that they don't. It's just that you can miss stuff.
No, they only talk while.
I know, but there's stuff still going on that you can hear people. Like that's why I used to watch CBS. Now, listen to me. When I used to watch CBS News, when when the OJ stuff was going on and everything, them channels had commercials and all that stuff. I was in there with OJ. I was asking OJ the questions. So there's a difference.
You got some little nerve.
Anyway,
but yeah, I like Laura Coates on CNN because sometimes I don't understand what the defense's strategy is in the moment. And they'll explain, like, what is it they're getting at. And they'll explain, like, what they're trying to do here is blah, 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 blah. So I like that. But I can understand why people will be like, nah, just give me the straight up.
I don't want you to get me thinking that things is going one way. If I'd have watched it, I'd have felt like, oh, no, we kind of on the brink. Like, that's the stuff that make us come on here and be like, I really feel like they did a good job. And everybody else watching like, what were you watching? CNN.
I just need some clarification on something, especially if I missed a little bit of the back and forth of the questioning. Then this commentary will fill me in on what I missed.
But see, I'd rather watch that later. I'd rather hear everything you're gonna say later, but I'm gonna get it in my way, and then I'm gonna be like, I didn't really feel what you saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some moments where I feel that way too. Earl says I'm smart enough to form my own commentary. I don't want to get upset because all they do because they all do the horse race when a life was snatched. Yeah. That's why I feel differently watching the trial. Eric Nelson is good, and I hate that. I don't think he's good. Ariel, hey Chantel. I don't think he's good. I feel like he's just like, for example, when he was trying to give that one question that one cop who still works in the Minneapolis Police Department and has been there for like 30 years or something. So now he works in a homicide division. He was trying to basically paint that officer out to be like, oh, you're no longer on patrol. You don't understand the changes that have been made in the training and everything. But all the police officers, no matter what you're doing, you have to all go through a training. Like and maybe every city's different, county, whatever. But you have to all be aware of the training or the current tactics that are being used, whether you're on patrol or not, because even though you aren't on patrol, you can still come in contact with a citizen while on duty. So you still need to be aware of, okay, are we doing chokeholds? Are we not? Like, so to try and use that as a reason for him to not know something that's not significant to me. But I mean, I guess it only matters to the jury. He's good, Ebony. He's better than George Zimmerman's two attorneys that won him the acquittal. I see what you're saying, but he was good at othering Chauvin. You sit behind the desk. Mr. Chauvin has to face unique and different threats daily, correct? Which to me makes me think you should know when to get off of someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you don't deal with the person every day, and Chauvin does, so you should know when enough is enough. Like, this is what you do all day, every day, right? So that's what I'm saying. Excuse me. That's why it's gonna be up to the jury. It's gonna be up to the jury, you know. Anyways, like I said, I don't know if I said this by mistake.
I'm showing that again.
I don't know if I said it wrong earlier, but Minnesota is an hour behind the East Coast. If Chauvin is good at his job, those last 45 minutes were too much.
Yeah.
Yes, RL, that's what I'm saying.
I would say so.
True crime graduate, okay? I've watched,
Just
1,000 hours of documentaries?
Just because we're saying it don't mean that's what the jury's thinking, Ebony.
That's what I would be thinking. And I hope because if you're not out there every day, you might get out there and do some dumb, crazy, out of control. I ain't been on the street in 7 years or 20 years. But when you out here every day, your instinct should kick in much quicker. Your what is it called when you try to figure out?
I think you were good with the first thing you said. The instinct.
Your assumptions of what could happen should be much sharper.
Sounds instinctual.
You know?
You're right. You got it. You covered it all. All right.
Because my friend he's not on patrol. Because I say he's high ranking. He's not on patrol, but he's not about to be caught out here looking crazy. Like, I don't know what tactic. I don't know how to restrain. Like, that stuff, sometimes you don't forget those things. Because it's your life. You can't forget.
We didn't predict the verdict. I haven't been watching that heavy.
Oh, and what's really making me mad about this, I'm going to wrap this part up with this. Those officers were fired 48 hours after that incident, that murder. But for whatever reason, the jury is not supposed to consider that while deliberating. I don't know why, but that's just what CNN said. DMX is still on life support according to his publicist. I thought his attorney said that he was off.
Yeah, they said I heard he was doing better. I heard he was breathing on.
I kind of thought that was quick because they were talking about he was in a vegetative state and all this, and I'm like, but can you be in a vegetative state and not be on life support? I don't know. I guess it all depends on what your situation is.
Not looking good. Little brain activity. On life support.
Yeah, Terry. I feel like in our generation we won't see it. We won't see the day that it becomes a not black and white thing. Like, you'd have to get rid of all the police in this country and start fresh. And even then, you will still have some racism going on. So, it's just, whatever. There was a show on Netflix, that asked 100 questions. When they did the shooting test, like the one on Men in Black, they all shot the random black guy instead of the guy with the gun. I remember that show. I think we started to watch a little bit of that, but we didn't finish it.
DMX overdose, KJ, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, he overdosed and had a heart attack.
But
all right, we're gonna wrap this up. But before we go, we always do our thing that made us happy or smile. Now, within the last 2 weeks, since we do our show every first and third Saturday, did you turn? Why'd you do that?
I didn't think it would do that.
There are 6 whites on the jury and 6 black people. That's what kind of concerns me. One is a female nurse, and for whatever reason, after the trial, when I watch the news, they keep bringing her up. Listen, if that nurse votes for against, if she votes for not convicting, like, you need to lose your job. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. You need to lose your job.
If they couldn't find one white person that's for BLM, then that's crazy.
I know, like, one of those 6 white people got to be like,
Enough's
this
enough.
was wrong.
Yeah.
This was just wrong. Because it literally would have taken 2 seconds to check his pulse or to, like, let me lift off a little bit and see if he moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, to just sit there and continue to dig your knee into him. Continue, like...
Yeah.
Anyways, no, African... the contest is over on the 6th, so I won't know anything until then. And even then, that's like finalists. I think the actual winners aren't chosen until like May or something. And of the 6 black people, I believe only 2 are not immigrants. Minnesota is an interesting place. That's wild.
I'm telling you, when I went there, I was surprised.
Which is so crazy that there was all these police, racially charged shootings or murders. Like,
that's kind of leading to it, though. They're like, these immigrants, they aren't from here. Like, you know what I mean? They're treating them like second-class citizens. So you're about to lose a job.
Yes, Kay. Because I couldn't be a nurse. I don't care. Like, you killing somebody. First of all, I see people die every day. Don't pick me. Because I'm going to tell you that you guilty. Okay? Ain't no way. But yeah,
This
before
week.
we go, yeah, do something that made us happy or smile or laugh within the last 2 weeks. I know we brought this up a little earlier. Mine is definitely going to the beach last week. That helped me a lot, actually. So I took my social media break. I think I spent a lot of time on Twitter and TikTok, but TikTok and Twitter make me laugh. Like I don't feel any real attachment to either of those two social media platforms. So it's really just like an Instagram break. So that made me really happy and relaxed. I just felt so much better because Instagram is just, it's like it's a really strong love-hate relationship with it. So I was glad to finally give it a break, like a real break. Like I didn't even open the app, so that was good. And also my computer is fixed. I forgot to mention that too. I didn't even have to pay anything for it to be fixed. I don't know why I was so freaked out last week.
I don't know. I told you what was gonna happen.
I think all I could think about how much I just paid for this thing. I don't know.
Just got it,
yeah, I just got it, and I didn't want to like lose it completely. Even if they were like, "Oh, we'll replace," I just didn't want to go through that whole thing again.
True. Bex put in an application for another practice, and she just waiting to surprise her current toxic ass private practice. Giving they 2
Oh
weeks.
yes, that's the best. Nut job. That's the best. Let's
All right,
see.
expanding this water options. I don't think we bullied you.
Ah!
We gave you a live taste test. We saved you.
I saw one of those witnesses drinking Dasani, and I was like, I don't know, we can trust him at the George, the Derek Chauvin trial.
Yeah, he was acting like he was.
I'm like,
wrestling
Dasani.
You're absolutely right.
I watch him.
I just saw like an old ESPN commercial with the crocodile hunter, and he was wrestling. Yeah, he was wrestling.
Erwin.
He was wrestling a mascot gator from Florida. He said, "I got him!" He started jumping on his stuff. I was like, "Dang."
Oh man.
Forgot he had that sense of humor.
And tomorrow's Easter, and I'm excited about that to be
I
having.
only got a bad thing. I gotta get a shot tomorrow.
Oh yes, the vaccine. That makes me happy too. As much as I'm like,
That makes me sick.
I'm a little bit worried, something new, but at the same time, it's like I'm excited to have that
I'm
protection.
be so paranoid.
Paranoid about what?
Anything that I feel don't feel right.
I know. That's why we didn't get the Johnson & Johnson, because he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the one to convince you to do it, because any little itch that he never felt before, any little twitch, he going to blame on me. And I'm like, nope, we not doing it. We not. And I had to literally almost hang up the phone on him. I'm like, we're not doing it, because I don't know, you didn't want to like,
I didn't
feeling
want you
bad
to,
or something.
But I don't think we can talk about that.
Okay. Well, I think he didn't want to be the reason why we didn't get it, and maybe we wouldn't get it till like months from now.
I just
so it was
thought
a lot
she
of
knew
back
something.
and forth.
I thought she knew something that I wasn't sure of. That's why I was calling or saying
Okay.
back.
And then I was like, no, well, you're not comfortable. I'm not about to convince you to do something you're not comfortable with.
Well, I'm still not comfortable, but we have a time restriction for so anyway, point being, we're going to get this thing tomorrow.
This thing looks crazy.
I'm not looking forward to it.
I don't know if Pfizer is the best RL. We just wanted not Johnson & Johnson because they had recalls recently.
Yeah.
So
Moderna,
that's the reason why we're not doing that one.
Moderna was created by a black woman in Maryland.
Yeah, who my friend actually went to school with her, and I was like, what?
And
so
then,
that was really cool.
And then and Moderna just had a update. Like they made changes for the variants. So I wanted Moderna.
Oh, African gal said her brother is doing better. I was able to visit him and his family in Florida the same weekend of the live. That's why I wasn't alive too long last time. That's amazing. That's good. We need good news like that.
Yeah.
I love when people can like.
I'm trying to be like you need.
Huh?
Get the Moderna for both doses. Yeah.
But Mom said the Moderna had the side
95.
effects. I don't know. I think it all depends on your body.
Whatchamacallit doesn't have 95. They have 60 something. Johnson & Johnson has
65.
60. Yeah, 95 and
66.
94 are the Pfizer and Moderna ones.
The Moderna vaccine is the Dasani version of the vaccine. Yo, Dasani is the most disgusting one, I swear, man. It's sweet. I don't get that. It's sweet and like I don't know.
Okay, well, you
in not
think
a
about
good
that.
way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said, I would want Moderna. I'll settle for Pfizer. It's not really where I'm trying to go, but I'm definitely not.
We just
trying
wanted
to
a
do
double
Johnson &
shot
Johnson.
because his family members who have the vaccine so far have all gotten a double shot, whether it be Moderna or Pfizer. So he's like, let's at least stay within that group.
Except for Jordan.
Well, yeah, but that was yesterday. Yeah, Arrow said it's salty. Ooh, Nia said I had chills for about an hour and 8 hours of body aches, but it wasn't horrible. Okay, as long as it's not like in the bed, like can't move, I need someone here to take care of us, like then I'm straight. Terry said that's who I'm referencing, Lex.
I
Terry, though.
But I thought she was saying 95 versus the 94 effective between Pfizer. You know what I mean? I thought she'd put 94 with them too.
Terry, are you the one really married to him? Because you
saying that, but if I said that joke, boy, you wouldn't be laughing.
Yes, I would.
No, you would. Okay, I'm gonna make some jokes about me being married to people. We gonna see if you laugh. Am I the a-hole? That's gonna be the next. Am I the a-hole? For saying that I'm married, Terry.
Sharon said, I just got my second Pfizer vaccine today. Hey, fully vaccinated.
Military gets Moderna.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. I took a leave and I was good. I have horrible asthma, so I had to get a vaccine. I don't need no COVID. I know that's right, Nia. You better, girl. I had COVID arm with my first Moderna shot. And see, I want to do a hair video on Monday, so I'm hoping that this doesn't. I mean, want to do it between now and tomorrow afternoon? Like, that ain't gonna happen.
Make some mac and cheese for tomorrow.
All right, y'all. Oh, you give your thing that you were happy about.
I told you I don't have a happy. I have a sad that I gotta take a shot tomorrow.
Well, then you're happy is that you're still alive, that you're healthy, and that you are not in.
You can't tell me what I'm happy about.
And that you're not in desperate need of anything.
If I wasn't,
don't push me off of you.
You don't understand. If I wasn't alive, I wouldn't have to get a shot. So therefore, why would I be happy about that?
Shut up, fool.
I don't want it.
One of my sisters got the Pfizer one. She said her second dose had her arm sore, but she's glad she got it.
Yeah, I think we just gonna have sore arms, but I don't want to get shots.
I haven't had a vaccine since I was a kid.
I don't want nobody shot.
And is it a sore arm like you banged your arm on the corner of a door, or is it like a throbbing doo-doo?
I don't want acupuncture. Like, I think people think I'll be worried about a vaccine. I don't want no shot. That's it. Don't stab me.
No, Al. No, she said domestic violence. Think about me when you get your shot, Lex. I can't take it even if I want to.
Man.
I hope that changes for you, Arl. Hopefully there'll be some type of study that comes out, or maybe even a new vaccine that allows you to take part, because that's not fair. That's just not fair.
I just know this person better be quick. I'm letting them know.
That is
I'm telling them to squeeze the meat. Squeeze it.
You got enough meat. They don't
squeeze it so I don't feel it. Like that'll numb it.
Put it back here.
Squeeze them. Yes.
Oh yeah, maybe you can get an ice pack and you can numb it, and then it can shoot you.
Or I'm gonna have to do what I usually do is I gotta either bite my tongue really hard and focus my brain pain on my tongue so that I don't feel what's going on the next part of my body.
Oh yeah, like Pimple Popper, she like jiggles the area.
Yeah, but I'm saying I bite my tongue like really hard.
Real quick before we go, I remember I was in the 8th grade, and I wanted to join the cheerleading team, so I had to get my vaccines and everything updated. I think it was just time to do that anyway. And I knew that going to the doctor, I was going to get a shot. So my dad took me.
Okay, you crazy. Go ahead.
He came back to the room with me, and I started to have a meltdown. At 13 years old, I started to have a meltdown. And my dad was looking at me like, Ebony, it's just a shot. What are you talking about? Why are you so upset? There's nothing to be afraid of. And I just was like, like I was going crazy.
Well, hope it's game.
My dad cracked up laughing. He could not believe like I was so afraid. I don't know what came over me. It was like some big cloud of fear just started to rain on me over one little shot. It's crazy. My arm just felt sore like I was working out. After 3 days, it went away. Okay, Sharon, that's not bad.
I don't like the mouth shots either.
My doctor
it's like
said
they hurt extra.
The mouth shot, like for dentists or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My doc said they just need more research, and the manufacturers of all vaccines also state that people with severe allergies and pregnant women should wait. Yeah, I felt like pregnant women should wait too, because I'm like, that's one thing we haven't heard about. So I'm like, there's got to be a big group of people that's like missing out, unfortunately.
What? She offered to go like, doesn't mind needles. She always offered to go first with her twin. I love the feeling. What? Okay, listen.
You know what?
No.
T.O., I get what you're saying. It's not horrible. It's
Yes,
kind of
it
like,
is.
because I had to get some deep cleaning done or something, or filling or something, and they did put the needle in my jaw, whatever, on the inside, and it wasn't horrible. Like, it wasn't something that I was dreading. I was like, they're gonna do it, but I'm like, but in 2 seconds it's gonna feel numb, so it wasn't that bad. You know, I didn't mind it either.
I'm gonna take it like a G, but I'm gonna let y'all
Y'all
know.
want me to record it?
You're not gonna see nothing.
I'll record it for y'all.
Oh, you're not gonna see nothing. Like, I really am not gonna react all crazy.
My son is terrified of the needles too. Like, big baby, take the shot and be quiet. Man, I was watching CNN, and you know when they like about to go to commercial, they're like, coming up, we'll talk about CDC regulation, vaccine, blah blah blah. So they showed this doctor getting the shot. That doctor tried to sit there and take it, and they put the thing in, and he jumped.
You didn't know it was coming.
He jumped. I'm like, guy, you're a doctor. Just stop jumping, making people afraid. I can take that better than a shot in the arm. What? A shot in the gums for the dentist. I have the air filter and humidifier. I dust every day and change my sheets every 2 days. Hey,
Yo,
RL.
rude. I thought, Sharon, Ali, we gotta talk. Come with me over here. So
Please record it. All right, you guys. We're going to get ahead and say goodbye. We got to wake up early. I got macaroni and cheese to make at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I hope you guys have a blessed Easter Sunday. We will see you guys. Let me look at the calendar.
In the hip? Good God. Y'all. She want the butt shot.
We will see y'all on April 17th.
Bree want the butt shot.
So 2 Saturdays from that. Wait, yeah, 1st and 3rd. So we'll see y'all on the 17th. And y'all have a blessed Easter Sunday, a blessed 2 weeks. And
that's all.
We love y'all.
I'm about to say, you gonna
see you on the 17th, because I know some people will say I checked in and y'all weren't there. And what happened? I missed it.
1st and 3rd.
1st and 3rd is at the top of the screen. Y'all should see it. 1st and 3rd, 8 p.m. So see y'all on the 17th.
All right.
Love y'all.
Love y'all too.